You hear that?
All right. Hang on. All right. Fuck it, guys. Jesus Christ. Ooh. It feels like the 12th time is what's happening right now. Oh, God. Guys, podcast listeners. I can't even hear it. Fuck all this shit. I can't even... You know what, man? You know what sucks? Guys, welcome to It Feels Like the First Time podcast. We're talking about the finale of Season 2 of Lost, which was a two-parter, and we're also live streaming this on my YouTube channel at the same time. We're having a lot of fucking problems. But maybe what would help is like an actual mixer.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to spend more money on this show?
You know what's funny? Like, Dynamic Banter needs nothing. It needs nothing. I was actually telling Bree this last night. I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to do a TV show watch podcast ever again after this. Because, like, the only thing that makes it interesting is the fucking soundboard. And that's the worst goddamn part of it. Maybe we just need to stop doing live streams. What do you guys think about that?
Right now?
What do you guys think about that?
I don't know. I'm so sick of this shit. So, guys. Oh, fuck.
Don't tell me what I can't do.
We're already going in the clips. The clips are in, guys. Well, welcome to the show. I'm sorry for all of you that waited for this fucking shit to work. Danny M says he's got $5 on it. Olivia Morales says we should do a GoFundMe for like for stuff. I mean, maybe. I mean, it would definitely help us out a lot. I'm going fucking
contribute
insane
to the Patreon.
Contribute to the Patreon. Yeah, maybe we should set up a Patreon. I don't know. I don't want to do any of that garbage. It feels like, give me money. Give me money.
We're just all hanging out watching Lost, right? And not watching ahead.
Sarah McCoy wants to know what app I use for the soundboard. It's literally just called Soundboard. It's a Mac app called Soundboard. Let's do another GoFundMe for a poor soundboard in Richmond. What color are your shoes today, Steve? I'm not wearing shoes. Guys, welcome.
I'm waiting for Steve's anxiety to come back down so we can talk about Lost.
Well, I'm just reading the comments. This is part of doing a live stream, Brett. You got to read the comments. You got to engage the people who fucking sat here and waited for our old asses to try to figure this shit out. And by the way, between 3 people, we couldn't figure this shit out.
We should have streamed.
3 professionals.
We should have kept it live through the process of figuring it out because I feel
Definitely
like that
not.
was more interesting.
Definitely not. Well, guys, welcome to the show. We've got some guests that are going to pop in later. I don't even know how the fuck that's going to work. Last time, you know what, man?
You spent a whole day last time.
That's what I did. And this time we were like, no, you can start at 9. It'll be fine. That's both of you guys.
Well, mine was over text.
But that's how I heard it.
Okay, that's fine.
You could start at 9. We started at 9 and we watched the episodes.
You said we'll start at 9 and I said okay.
Yeah, but I was like, I feel like we should start earlier.
Okay.
Do you want me to read the text, Owen? Because I said I feel like we should start earlier. And you said, I quote.
That's me. No?
Oh, was it just to you? Maybe that's why you got... Fuck, the text that I meant to send to Owen.
I thought I was just coming over for the very last one.
I can't believe you just made this worse.
So I thought you guys were watching.
Now you're
at
confused
8.
about the...
Oh, yeah, no, I did send you something.
This is awful. What's the name?
Yeah, I'm worried. This is what I said. I'm worried there's a lot to set up tomorrow.
What's the name of the episode?
Should we start watching earlier than 9? And you said 9 should be fine. Case closed!
Is that it?
Lights out!
What just happened?
All right. Guys, listen. Us. The point is that we're on and we're live and we're doing this fucking podcast and we watched some pretty fucking rad episodes of Lost. Lost is like this is full Lost. This is like as Lost gets, I feel like. And we're going to have some guests pop in the show later on today, so that should be fun. We'll see if it works. And but yeah, so we watched Live Together, Die Alone, Part 1 and 2, which were both written by Carlton Cuse and Damon Lindelof and directed by Jack Bender.
It must have been like a 2 hour on one night, right?
You think so? There
feel
might be
like it.
information here in the wiki, but I just wanted to say that this episode also starred
Arawale Akinwaye Agbaji. Jesus Christ.
Which is great. I love Echo. Echo going full badass, and is also our first Desmond episode. Right?
Flashback.
Oh,
weren't
flashback
they
episode,
both?
yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Both were Desmond flashbacks.
They were
eh?
both. Yeah, I think the finale is very Desmond centric.
Yeah.
They're Desmond episodes. Olivia Scanna says, Owen looks like he just got out of a coffin.
Yeah. He did.
Christian Wasik says, I can't tell the difference. And then he stopped. Between Brett, and then he stopped. E.T. Address just winked at me, said Jared Atlee.
I wonder if this will be helpful for them to see us while we talk, or if it'll just be more confusing.
I think it should help them, for sure.
I'm Brett.
Hashtag Owen from the crypt.
Guys, it's a joke. Nobody's confused.
I could see it.
There's not that many people listening. They know who we are. It's a
Hashtag-
select group.
Hashtag Owen is my third favorite uncle. Hashtag Owen no alive. What are you drinking, Steve? I'm drinking a Zevia, and it's a ginger root beer with like surprisingly zero calories, all that, and it's surprisingly delicious.
Is it imaginary?
It should be. It really should be an invisible drink, but somehow it tastes very delicious, and I don't know why. And maybe I'll find out when I'm on my deathbed from all the weird chemicals in there.
I was going to take this off, and now I'm realizing I'm in a real pickle.
Oh, yeah.
Real.
Well, Brett, guys, I don't know if you can tell. Here, give it to me so I can
Yeah.
bring it close to the camera here. Brett is wearing this replica of Desmond's failsafe key, which I got years and years ago. But I realized that it's not really accurate at all. It's kind of like you can tell what it is when you look at it. But the failsafe key prop in the show is like all rusted, and I think this part's thicker or whatever. But it's fun.
This is This is a replacement.
Maybe it is a fresh.
You know what
Owen
my
is
question
cosplaying as Lon.
This is the Swan key.
Daniel wants to know why this live stream even exists. He's confused. Yeah, this is the Swan failsafe key.
Are there more keys?
I don't know, and I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
All right, you've triggered me.
But you don't have any more keys.
Well, I don't want to talk about it. You should know better than to ask that.
Is Desmond dead or?
Well,
Man, I really want to know what happened.
We
when
got
you turned
this
the key.
hour delay in the live stream.
isn't it crazy that like we could definitely keep watching?
Oh, I'm gonna kick off season 3 later today.
See, that's kind of fucked up because we had to wait like forever, like a year.
Really, Brett? You're just gonna jump right in?
Or at least a summer.
I had to wait. What is it? 12 years? I put all my waiting up front.
You had to wait 12 years for something you didn't think about at all.
Right. That's right.
That doesn't count.
That's like
fair.
that's like Born Yesterday a little bit.
I was affected by it. I had to walk away from conversation.
That's a great
for
Megan
12
Tonja
years.
song.
I get it.
Lucas Ryder says, I'm on season 4, episode 5. I'm going to go ahead and kick you out of the chat here.
I hope you did.
Is Ryan moderating this week?
I put him in
This time?
timeout. Ryan, are you here? You could literally put people in timeout.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, does it tell them they're in timeout?
Lucas Ryder was timed out by Steve Zaragoza for 300 seconds.
I love it.
All right.
I kind of thought Locke needed a timeout. When he was throwing his tantrum.
Rookie Core says, I stopped mid-season 3 for you guys to catch up.
That sounds like a 100-second timeout.
That sounds like a 300-second timeout. Oh, no, I just deleted it by accident. Here we go. Put user in
What
timeout.
does timeout mean? They just can't message?
It just means they can't message, I guess. Putting people in timeout, hashtag humble brag.
What if it muted the video too? How fucked up would that be?
Christian Gattaca says, I haven't watched a single goddamn episode of Lost. Timeout.
This is like you can't go too fast on the highway, but you also can't go too slow.
I feel like I shouldn't have put that person on timeout. This is too much responsibility. Ryan, where are you?
You're drunk with power.
Hashtag 300-second timeout. Oh, God. Hey, Steve, is Dakota still a guy? Just wanted you to know. Oh, Dakota is a guy. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a dynamic banter reference?
Still a guy,
No.
but let us know if that
That's here.
changes.
He's a lost.
I can't keep these goddamn podcasts. I can't.
Did you guys hear that? Is Owen's mic still working?
Owen is alive, contrary to those of you that think he's not currently. So Live Together, Die Alone takes place.
Was that not a name of an episode in season 1?
I don't know.
Because they were saying it a bunch back then. I guess maybe it didn't. Maybe.
What does Desmond keep saying?
See you in another life, brother.
No, yeah, brother.
Brother?
I'm all finished with that.
You don't like the brother stuff?
This is too many
Oh,
back-to-back
I like it.
episodes every time
I
you
like
talk to
it.
somebody.
It's like when a Canadian says "a."
Yeah.
It's like an Irish thing.
It stood out to me this time.
Guys, this is days 65 and 67, 65 through 67 on the island for the castaways.
2 nights go by on this one?
I think we should let's not even bother like trying to like figure out what was the first episode and what was the second one.
We just talk about the whole thing.
Let's just talk about the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, first timers. There's so many big like moments. What shocked you the
I'm
most?
curious to the listeners, the people in the chat room now who aren't on timeout. I'm curious to hear from them who are seeing this for the very first time, these episodes for the very first time, what your thoughts are on this. And Brett, I'm curious about what your thoughts are. Let's just dive right in, man. I know you wanted to talk right when we were done.
Yeah.
But I
also had to pee real bad.
We were yelling at you to respect the format.
That was Owen.
Well, I think we both.
Steve doesn't even.
No, we
can't tell
both
us
did
apart.
it at the same time. Remember? Now Brett doesn't remember.
Save it for the podcast.
No, you and Brett did it to me.
Oh yeah. Owen said it. That's right. Sorry, I thought you were gonna say something,
it's
and
hard.
then Owen and I
This is
were
the bad
like,
part of the podcast
Yeah.
where
Tell
we
us
try and
apart.
figure
Owen
things
was
out.
like, "So Brett," as soon as the episode ended, and we were like, "Save it for the podcast!" together, really loudly.
It's difficult because it's exciting.
Colin Uda says it was a lackluster finale. How dare you?
Here's
Time
the
out.
deal.
Time out.
To jump to the end, to jump to the reveal at the end of the season. I had a moment where I understand why people don't like the ending of the show, because there's so much mystery and so many elements. I can't imagine a way in which what's actually going on is better than the mystery. There's no way to wrap it up in a way that will feel satisfying
it's officially
at this point,
like
the mystery has
too
now expanded.
complicated.
Yeah, it's so intertwined, and every character keeps.
I guess
If you see a character, they return. I'm waiting for the guy at the jail to return.
Hashtag Brett's thoughts. I think it just comes down to everyone's ability to be able to handle either being told or not being told every single thing. You know, like, and it really does just come down to like how disappointed you are as a person to just be like, oh, I wanted every little answer or not.
Okay.
I think that's what it comes down to.
All right.
And if you can handle that, like a story.
I'm saying my opinion at this point in viewing. But when it turned out to be her or she. This is good stuff for the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Great.
That's why you got to watch the live stream,
Great
guys.
dead air.
Interesting, almost interesting stuff was happening.
People in the comments are saying they were very surprised. They were kind of blown away by Penny in the end.
That's what I mean, because that's such a crazy connection to this.
Yeah. Well, she prefaced her kind of curiosity. I mean, it was kind of impossible that she found Desmond where he was when he was running up the stadium steps. And he was like, how the fuck did you find me? And she's like, I've got a lot of money. So you kind of, when you take what she said there and you kind of apply it to the...
that's explaining away, like, don't worry, she can find him.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. It sounds to me like...
There's so much, because
there is so
her
much.
dad, I mean, that was a big that was a big piece because their dad's clearly very wealthy and does something and could have something to do with Dharma. But I like the way that Henry was like, if you sail away from here, you'll never find your way back.
Kayla Blackman says she's like really clingy.
She's like the worst.
She's the most clingy. I love it. I love that there are these guys in this like Antarctic station or some weird snowy vista.
Oh man,
And
I'm so happy we got through all that. Like this is all my favorite Lost.
You sent me a thing that I want to play really quick. Did you send me a thing?
Oh yeah.
Hang on, let me see. Did you send it to my not work email?
Yes.
Oh man.
I know I said season 1 is like, I like that better. That's my favorite Lost stuff, but this is all.
You know what's crazy?
1 and 2 are really good.
Is that
and they're the nice like flip flops? Like it's more character stuff on the beach versus more.
we didn't see
stuff.
inside the hatch till season 2.
Right.
That's-
right. We're on the beach.
I almost
season
don't know
1
what
is
the
like
fuck
up on the
happened
beach.
in
Season
season
2
1.
is like down below.
Looking back from here,
There was a polar bear and a boar.
and it's smoke.
Or as Sir
smoke
David
monster.
Attenborough would say, a polar bear. Like from, when he's doing those series, Planet Earth. He goes, a polar bear.
I didn't know you were working on a David Attenborough.
Yeah, man. I'm always working on my David Attenborough.
That's good to know.
It's full time.
Come on, man.
Did you see those monkeys mourning that robot monkey?
So this is a track that you can hear in the scene.
I never heard it before until right now.
Yeah.
It was always
The
too
guys
quiet.
that are in the little snow station playing chess, conceivably searching for the mysterious island our castaways have been on. This is the music that they're listening to in their little room there. Do you recognize it, Brett? Oh no!
Oh
It was just kicking in. Anyone in the comments?
Yeah,
Get it?
I got it. You want me to spoil it for everybody?
LNG says this is like that Mario 64 sand level. Gabby Rosado says she saw Brett post that monkey thing on Twitter.
It's heartbreaking.
Bradley
Man.
says, "Holy shit, that's Brett's theme song."
Brad.
Speaking of
Yeah,
desert,
isn't that cool?
when-
How cool is that they're listening to that in there? Isn't that cool?
You know what bummed me out? Remember
That's so fun.
when we were
I like
doing
that a lot. I like that you didn't catch it the first time around.
I didn't either.
I
But it
feel
was
like
on the soundtrack, and we were like, "What?"
That's
No, it
awesome.
wasn't.
Oh, it's not on the soundtrack?
I found it.
How did you find it?
Someone gave it.
Oh, shit.
Uh,
Wait, so is that a track maybe other people don't have?
yeah, I think so.
Ooh, special exclusive.
I don't know. I was so bummed out I couldn't play it when we were doing all the other versions. And remember I said back then, I've got a surprise for you at the end of the season. That was it.
Absolutely, I remember that.
Yeah, oh, there you go.
I remember all of it. It's all up there.
I'm surprised I remember.
Dougal says the opening of season 2, the make your own kind of music scene, is probably my favorite Lost scene. Agreed.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Colin Uda says, Owen with the inside scoop. Brandon Colazzo says, copyright infringement. Rusty Man says, quick, play the Seinfeld theme to balance it out.
Along with it.
Oh, no, I don't know if I can do it. Hang on. The audience demands it.
Can I just put this key in this bag of sand?
No,
Can I put it in with the bullet?
definitely don't. What? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead, Brett.
For the podcast.
Christian Gattaca says Owen smokes cigarettes with Michael Giacchino. Oh, Ralph's in the chat there. He says, you guys talking soundtracks?
Yeah, instead of talking about the finale, we wanted to pilot out our soundtrack podcast.
Kilo Mike Maloish says, welcome back, Ana Lucia. Danny M said, I thought the bag of sand was bigger. Yeah, no, it's just this like tiny little almost like a weed bag.
But after last time,
here's
this
the thing.
is the thing.
Sorry I haven't posted it on my Instagram yet for those of you wondering. Here is the... someone describe it, Owen.
It's a bullet in a sand case in a jar with a bullet casing.
But it's like a 50-cent IKEA jar.
The bullet casing is actually from an episode of Lost I can't talk about yet. That's in there, but that's what that is.
So there you go.
Spoilers.
Mommy Nums says, say hi to Mason. We are watching.
Oh, no.
Is that Jamie?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Hi.
Jamie, is Mommy Nums your channel, your mommy vlog?
Yes.
Everyone subscribe to that channel if you're there right now, if you like babies.
Yes.
Owen won't be subscribing to that channel.
Sorry, it's taking so long.
Ralph, you heard this version of the song? We'll talk about it. Ralph likes soundtracks. We'll talk to Ralph in a bit. Guys, Ralph is one of our guests, actually.
I don't want to make any more promises.
Alert.
I don't want to make any more promises that rely on our technical acumen.
Rob wants to know where I hide the spoiler props from Brett, and this is not Rob Fee. Well, I've been hiding them in my room.
I come in and scour the entire apartment immediately.
King Dex, you don't have to sleep with any of us to get a shout out. I just gave you one. There it is. Who the hell's Ralph? Deep Talks wants to know. Ralph Apple. Apple? Apple.
We're going to get to the bottom of
it today. The Apple Highway. So, what did you think about Desmond coming back? When he came back on the
Well, I knew he was coming back because you told me.
Did I tell you?
On the podcast.
Did I?
Yeah. You should be on a 300-second timeout.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. I think you're right.
If I'm on a 300-second timeout, then that means I'm just going to speak in clips.
It was a fun fact. It was a fun fact on one of the wikis that originally he wasn't going to come back. And you read that.
Oh, that's right. I did read that. Oh, well.
You pulled a Dan?
I pulled a Dan, yeah. I Dan it up.
What's crazy to think about now is if he wasn't originally supposed to come back, then what the fuck was all this originally?
That's a great question.
Do you think they had it all planned out?
I don't know. This show feels like
we've been saying
week to
from
week
the beginning
they're stacking it on.
Yeah, we've been saying from the beginning that it's not. But there are definitely season 2 especially. There's things that seem more planned out.
Do you guys want to talk about these episodes?
We could talk about these episodes.
I love that
aren't we talking about these episodes?
I don't know. Feels like we're.
Did you just have a stroke?
We're quietly, slowly walking around.
No, I mean, look, we got a lot of stuff in these episodes. We got who was painting that crazy hatch door painting. Rosinski? I don't know.
First it was whoever that was, and then it was the other guy, but he was like.
So the fact that he's
Radzinski
back.
Is it Radzinski?
Sure.
Yeah, Radzinski.
Regs.
And he also edited the Dharma film for some reason. We found out.
The other guy did.
Radzinski, yeah.
The guy who...
Radzinski is the guy we're talking about. He blew his brains out in the hatch.
We haven't seen him yet.
We don't know what the original...
He blew his brains out in the hatch.
We don't know what the original incident... We don't know what the original incident was yet, though, right?
We still don't. No.
Mm-mm.
No.
When the Siberia guys said this one isn't a test, what did that mean? Or do we not know
The
yet?
who?
The two guys in...
Well, I just assume that they've been running tests in there to find out
Keeping an eye on electromagnetic surges or something.
They must have some sort of knowledge of electromagnetic...
Why would they know to look for that?
Anomalies. Well, I assumed at this point that someone knows about the Dharma Initiative And if you ask the right people, you can find out what the Dharma Initiative is. And then maybe the Dharma Initiative was looking for kind of like electromagnetic anomalies in the world anyway. And maybe they stumbled upon the Lost Island.
You're positing that, what's the lady's name? Peanut?
Penny. Peanut, yeah. Desmond's
found out
Peanut.
about the Dharma Initiative by way of money and then hired a little team to monitor electromagnetic.
I think her dad. Right.
Because I feel like her dad's got to have something to do with it.
But her dad doesn't like Desmond. So, and if she's like, I'm
Desmond
looking for Desmond.
But he was saying, does Charles Widmore have a connection to Dharma?
By the way, weird connection. Remember when I said that Caleb from the OC died and Sandy delivered that line really weird? That is Caleb from the OC, that actor.
Oh, Peanut?
No, the dad.
Oh, Widmore.
What's like a grown up? What's the dad of a peanut called?
The tree that a peanut comes from?
Is that a cashew?
Does that come from a tree or a vine? Where do peanuts come from? Bradley Wilwright says hashtag Peanut Marshall. Desmond's love should be a Dave and Ross color, someone said. Yeah, Kelvin, the guy who ordered Saeed to torture the guy, is also the guy that was been in the hatch.
Kelvin Inman.
Yeah,
it's a weird name.
Related to Jason?
Maybe. Jason, military man.
Jason Inman, he's also a military boy?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Looking back at this point on the season as a whole, I totally get why you were surprised by Saeed's stand-up career.
Yeah, and why it was so weird and why
he's no fucking
why we
jokes
sat with
anymore.
it for so long. Yeah,
and Locke is the worst.
Locke is currently
and Jack feels
now we're getting into some interesting things. Go on.
Jack feels unhinged and Charlie feels unnecessary.
Yeah, Charlie.
Well, Charlie and Claire both are pretty.
We should have listened to the season 1 finale before doing this, so we could circle back on theories. We didn't.
Also, I wish you guys had gotten my bit while we were watching the finale where Libby gave Desmond her boat. And then there's that shot of Desmond like struggling in the ocean, and I was singing the Gilligan's Island theme.
I got it.
But no, I'm talking to the podcast listeners now, the live streamers. But I wish you guys had gotten that bit where I said the Libby would be lost. The Libby would be lost. Because it's called.
But it's a shame you didn't.
I didn't, yeah. But I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Is Libby short for Elizabeth?
Yeah, I was going to ask. Is there something to take away from the fact that her name is Elizabeth, but everybody calls her Libby? Well, is there also something to take away from the fact that her husband died and she ended up in a mental institution?
Well, you think she ended up in the institution after that and had a different wig?
I don't know, because I feel like they're trying to wrap her up.
You think? That's interesting.
Because you guys told me she got kicked off the show.
Oh,
I'll have to wait for the Lifetime movie.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Steve, any thoughts? Well,
Angelise Valenia says Penny is by far my favorite female on the show so far. She's pretty cool. She's kind of a badass.
I like Penny. You know what? I think my favorite thing out of all this was when the counter box that flips over to the hieroglyphics eventually, when they show that going.
Crunches in.
Yeah, because it's something that's like been established for the whole season, ongoing. Like that's the ticking clock the whole time. When I love when you like have repeated something like that so many times, and then you get that like finality to it. Like, oh, even the counter box is like fuck. Like the hatch is fucked. Like it's something's happening. Something bad is happening.
You know what's funny too is ThinkGeek had one of those like April Fool's Day, like you know how ThinkGeek does the like, we have all these April Fool's products coming out, and it all just so happens to actually just be fake stuff. One year they put out a Lost Dharma or a Swan Station clock that was just like that. It was just the box with like the flippy numbers on it, and then like when it got down to a certain time, it would flip to the hieroglyphics and stuff.
That's fun.
And I was like, "Fuck, you could make that. That could be a functional clock.
A kitchen timer."
Yeah, or like no, you could just make it your clock, and then like every 108 minutes, it just does that little thing, and then it goes right back to like whatever time it was at.
Like a cuckoo clock.
Like a cuckoo clock.
You know what I was just thinking? That box collapsing reminds me of like Back to the Future 3 when the DeLorean gets
Nothing
destroyed.
Reminds me of Back to the Future 3.
No, but there's that like, oh, they actually fucking destroyed it. Whoa, that feeling.
Can we?
Does that make sense?
I just really quick as an aside, I'm kind of a big cuckoo clock fan. Like I really love cuckoo clocks, and like,
do you have any cuckoo clocks?
No, because whenever I see cuckoo clocks, someone's always there to tell me if you're gonna get a cuckoo clock, you should go to Germany and get like a legit cuckoo clock.
Is the person who says this to you at any of these times, are they the people who are also living with you?
No, have you told me that?
No, but cuckoo clocks hasn't come up.
Oh, it hasn't come up? Well, it's been a while since I've talked about cuckoo clocks. But I really want like a legit cool cuckoo clock. And I was thinking maybe we could start a little crew called the Cuckoo Clocks Clan. And you and I and Owen could go all get cuckoo clocks and be the Cuckoo Clocks Clan.
I mean,
I'm
more off-put by calling yourself a huge cuckoo clock fan and not owning one, at least one. You need just one.
Ralph says cuckoo lock.
I bet
Lou Simon thinks it's a good idea. Thank you, Lou. I appreciate that.
You know what's fun? This is live, because if it wasn't, you would look at us after that and go, "Should I cut that out?"
No, I'm not going to. Kind of
behind the scenes.
It's just a stupid joke. Get over it.
That was fine. I didn't realize all this stuff happened in this episode. These 2 episodes at the end of season 2. Well, I was thinking some of that was spaced out.
Well, I was actually pretty surprised that the statue toes were seen.
Mm-hmm. Although it makes sense.
What's your take on that?
I saw 'em.
Well, I have a take on it that is surrounded by answers. So
I've got a.
So I'd like to hear your take on it.
I
have answers to that statue in my head.
Somebody sculpting a statue, made it to the high ankle, and was like, "Fuck, I only did 4 toes," and then quit building the statue.
Really quick.
It was Echo. He started a statue and he got distracted.
In regards to my cuckoo clock joke, Bradley Wilhite says Winter of 420 is having a fucking seizure in his grave right now.
Did you ever circle back to that Reddit post?
No. So you think someone carved it, and you think that they'd stopped at the angle?
Yeah, they took a boat out to look at it from afar.
Well, I don't know if you could tell, but...
Or it's a Simpsons reference.
I mean, this isn't a spoiler. If you analyzed it just a little bit, you could see that it's clearly broken.
Okay.
So, you can do with that information with what you will. Guys, this is the first episode that was a flashback of someone not on Flight 815.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember
2 in a row.
I remember from the first time watching it that Claire says the sky went all violet, and it looked white to me then, and it looks white to me now. There was maybe like a little like pinkish. Like,
I just think
hue.
we couldn't see anything. We couldn't see it.
I just always remember thinking it was weird that she said it was violet.
The naked eye will capture a little more. Or she's colorblind.
What did you think about seeing all...
Doesn't even work, kind of. I was more into... What do you think about Desmond taking the plane down?
I me ankle about the statue.
You can't do better than that.
Maybe it's a statue of Hurley's mom.
That's blasphemy. You know very well we are Catholic. We don't believe in curses.
We don't believe in statues.
Oh, did Hurley curse the statue? He bumped into it a little bit.
Maybe. What do you think happened when the hatch failsafe key was turned?
I don't know.
Brett? A lot of cool stuff going on. Also,
I don't know because it got very bright, but there was no explosion.
Yeah.
Right?
Something happened.
Yeah.
Something at the hatch happened, and we didn't get to see it.
We can agree on something happened.
We can't agree that something happened.
But I don't know. I'm more interested in...
Ooh, I like this. Hang on. Kilo Mike Maloish says, that statue foot reminded me of the Colossus of Rhodes.
Is he going to... What? Is he going to expand on that?
I think, isn't the Colossus of Rhodes some kind of Greek mythology thing?
Maybe.
Oh, and I thought you'd be in on that.
Was that like one of the first statues they built over to, over a river?
And through the woods?
Mm.
Christian Gattaca says, I hope Hurley steps on this statue and it makes a loud noise. And then Andy Wilcox says, the only exercise you get is when you lift the chicken from the bucket. His own mom was roasting the shit out of him.
Kenny Rogers roasting.
What did you think about Desmond's potential theory of crashing the plane?
Yeah.
Because he didn't press the button in time.
It's great. It's a great device.
We're getting to it. Go with.
I wanted to then. Couldn't they have gone through and I'm sure there was other information on that document that I felt like they sort of bypassed.
You think so?
I don't know.
You think that paperwork is...
Do you have that document here somewhere?
I do. Should we read the whole thing? I have a replica of that. What if I had that?
You have a
someone has that.
Yeah? I get it.
The reason why I think someone has that is because you could just make that at home. Any prop you can make at home yourself, I'm sure of Lost Man has. Yeah.
Well, I thought that stuff was cool with the paper and the I remember the first time I think I crashed your plane, brother, and
yeah, that's pretty rad. Especially since it's definitely some kind of electromagnetic anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I don't know. It's interesting because
it's definitely a big magnet. That we know for sure.
The team or the hatch, the Pearl hatch, seems like the fake hatch.
Like that's the experimentation hatch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the observing.
Well, yeah, what did you think about Desmond's theory that maybe the Pearl Station people were really the psychological test and not the Swan?
It's a pretty big guess. They don't really have a lot of clues.
It's a big guess, but then you see all the tubes out on the field.
But they didn't.
They didn't, but it's Desmond's idea that maybe that was the ruse. I mean, look, something clearly happened from not pressing the button. Mm-hmm. The whole series or the whole season.
But something also happened.
There was a big argument
whoever was stationed at the Pearl Station.
Well, but for this argument,
you're saying
for the whole season,
put to bed that the button was doing something.
The button was doing something.
Yes.
Yeah. We could put that to bed. The whole season was does it do something? Doesn't
Bedtime
it do
for
something?
buttons.
Bedtime for buttons. So, with what Desmond said about he was right about the hatch being dangerous.
He was right, but he was
and the button guessing. Being important. He was guessing, but I like his theory about that station being kind of that's the psychological test.
He was playing Desmond's advocate.
That's pretty good. I'll give you points on that one.
Yeah. Do you think that?
Jenna Ann's Love says, do you think turning the key attracted another plane or boat to the island?
That if the overall
he said
incident in the hatch caused something else, if we're going to get another plane or another...
He said at the beginning he sailed away for 2.5 weeks and he ended up back at the island.
Doing nine knots or something?
Something like that. It seems like things, and what's his name said...
Well, he gave
Henry Gale.
Henry Gale gave him a very specific point on the compass to hit. That's interesting.
What were your thoughts on Henry Gale?
Seems like he's in charge.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like him a lot.
Yeah. He's a real son of a bitch, isn't he?
I mean, is he?
Do you think he's gonna be like the Vader or something?
I don't know.
Think he's gonna be a big boy?
What if they're doing good stuff out there?
Are they good?
What if they're working on global warming?
You know, they seem pretty okay with killing for being good guys.
Wait, who did they kill?
You talking about the others?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they kill people from the tail?
Yeah.
No, they took them, right?
Well,
they took them and then Echo killed them.
I mean,
They've
definitely. Yeah, they were like shooting people. I thought.
When?
Weren't they shooting? Weren't they like?
I don't think they've killed anybody.
Yeah.
Because Charlie killed. What's his name?
Well, Ethan. Yeah.
Ethan
was
tried
like,
to kill.
Oh, they killed either Scott or Steve, hypothetically.
Yeah.
But if that's
Ethan
the only one,
Ethan killed Scott or Steve.
But if that's the only one, I think it's pretty. I think it's a pretty close case that fucking Scott killed Steve.
Well, but remember that guy? Remember that guy you liked from the Tailies, who was like the British guy or whatever?
Wait, they shot and blew up.
He was gonna kill Ana Lucia.
They shot and blew up the raft, leaving them for dead with the shark.
Yeah, I mean they shot Sawyer and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he did shoot Sawyer.
And they like hung Charlie by his
neck.
And
they were gonna kill Claire.
Yeah. Come on, Brett.
But they didn't.
Come on, Dan.
They didn't kill anybody yet, eh?
Well,
what does that sound
thanks
mean?
to people like Alex, right?
Are you
Alex
Skyping with someone now?
No.
Okay.
You sure?
I said no.
We heard what you said.
Christian Wasik says plane killed Scott.
Well, plane killed a lot of people.
Plane really dropped the ball.
Bradley Wilhite says #Skype new clip.
The Skype sound.
Christian Ganica says they hung Charlie by his neck, but he hasn't said anything since he came back.
We gotta play the new clips, but I don't want to spoil the clip.
All right, let's play the clips. Let's get these clips out of the way. And then, of course, there's going to be tons more to talk about, obviously, but we need to...
But we got guests.
We got guests and stuff, so we got to get through this. And we got a late start, so let's just plow right through. So the first clip here is from Mr. Echo to Locke.
Do not tell me what I can do.
It's pretty great.
Do not tell me what I can do.
It's pretty good. You
it
guys
was
like that
weird
one?
to me in the first part of this episode and last episode why Echo was so committed to pushing the button.
He just, whatever he's into, man, he's just full.
He's like the new Saeed. If he has an opinion, you just need to kind of get behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Emily says it's also the others' fault that Anna and Libby are dead.
That's Michael's fault.
But they told Michael...
They said to get Henry Gale.
I mean, but if it wasn't for
free.
the others...
Sure,
Oh, and the others got Shannon killed with the whispers.
But they don't have blood on their hands.
They definitely do with Scott and Steve. Or Scott, or whoever died.
There's... okay, this is their hand, and there's blood. But...
This is their hand.
Yeah, that's their hand, and then there's blood
shake it.
on the table. But it's not on the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to the hand. This next clip is from Michael, and I found this to be quite ridiculous, and I love it. It's one of my favorite new clips.
Listen, I was there. I saw them. They are hillbillies.
I wish we had gotten the clip before it,
This
too.
is the first time they've ever been
Kate-
referred to as hillbillies.
Well, Kate called them hillbillies first.
Did she?
Yeah. She was like, I saw them, Jack. They were hillbillies. Or they were dressed like hillbillies. And that's why Michael says that.
Listen, I was there. I saw them. They are hillbillies.
Just the word hillbillies.
It's like, what was the other one? Was it with Desmond? What was the other word? The balloon. No. Henry Gale.
Okay.
Balloon. Get my balloon.
Brandon Colazo says #hillbillies, hillbilly lives matter. The next
You know
clip,
what? I love Henry Gale in this because this is the first time we've seen him without having to like pretend or be in the hatch or whatever. He's not their prisoner. Like he's full and
it seems like he's kind of got a little bit of power.
Yeah, he's in his element, and it's really like nice because when he would drift into like himself in those little earlier moments. Remember, we were like, oh, that was cool. Like you guys got any milk or whatever? That whole moment.
Yeah.
So this was cool. I think I remember being really excited the first time.
The next clip.
Why?
Will Reagan says hillbilly is a racial slur for Irish people. This next clip is fan favorite. The Hurley Bird.
That's the updated remastered version.
It is this is the THX Dolby 5.1 lossless surround sound version.
Lostless
of the Hurley Bird. No, Christian, you didn't miss Dan's thoughts. Hold your goddamn horses.
Respect the format.
Here's the next clip.
That bird just say my name?
Yeah, it did. You did.
It looks like you have a horrifying spider on your arm.
Really? Kill it.
It's not a spider. It just looks like it.
Oh. That's not horrifying. That's a little puff of
No,
dust.
my first thought was, oh no. There's a very big spider on Steve's arm.
Man, the stream got real excited about that one.
That bird just say my name?
This next clip is also pretty humorous. You guys like funny clips? Then get ready for this one.
Hey, you guys like funny clips?
Johnny, you know how they got the hatch go?
No, but if you hum it, I can probably play it.
That's the best.
Echo is in the middle of some serious shit.
Echo is fucking furious. He's like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He's blinded with like purpose. And he runs straight to fucking Charlie. Mm-hmm. Why did he go to Charlie for help?
He's
because Charlie was
by
there.
clarity.
Charlie was there, yeah. He's blinded by absolute clarities.
Johnny, you know how they got the hatch go?
No, but if you hum it, I can probably play it.
So good. Okay, next one is Locke admitting he done fucked up.
I was wrong.
Oh, wow. There's so much going on in that clip. It's also real low, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong.
I love that.
Are you sure you were wrong?
Of like shit flying and everything. That's really fun.
I
like
you
those
know,
kinds of things.
I thought Locke was gonna come through. I thought he was gonna be like Echo and Saeed and all the things that he thought would turn out to be true.
Oh right.
And he's
a ball. He's a total ball dropper.
Guys,
he's the worst.
Christian Gaga says, "Blinded with Purpose" is my favorite Bruce Springsteen song. And here's the next clip.
Who are you people? We're the good guys, Michael.
Oh no. Henry Gale says we're the good guys?
They are hillbillies.
Like if Michael comes back, and I don't know if he does, if he comes back, is there any redemption?
No.
He's a fucker now, right?
Yeah. That was the thing.
What was Jack's plan? Oh, the boat with Saeed. That's right.
He if he gets Walt to safety, and then he leads the authorities back to the island,
mm-hmm.
and everything turns out okay, he should still go to jail for life.
Yeah.
Guys, I've popped in special guest Rob Fee into the stream. I didn't even tell anybody. I just did it.
Oh, this is like Sting dropping from the rafters in Monday Nitro.
Yes,
it's exactly like that.
It is exactly like that. Hang on, let me hold on.
Yo, I'm just eating a bowl of rice.
Hold on, let me make sure.
Wait, can Rob hear us at all?
Yeah, Rob can hear us. Rob, can you hear us?
I can hear everything.
Can you hear a sound clip?
No, he won't be able to hear the sound clips, but we're already done with them, so it doesn't matter. Okay. But Rob is present for Dan's thoughts. We got Dan's thoughts ready here, but guys, Rob, first of all, you're live. Everyone can see you in the stream.
Video. Okay, well, cool.
So you might want to put your pants back on. Yeah, it is video. Wait, he turned his camera off.
Hold on. I'm getting visually appropriate.
Okay.
Everyone can see you but me and Owen.
Oh, there we go. That baby blue Rob Fee voice eyes, says Andy Wilcox. Dua Khan says, dropping in unannounced? That's a bad friend.
I love the Mike Falzone bad friend story.
Dude, Mike is genuinely like not okay with his behavior, and yet he won't correct it. He still doesn't call the box for me to let him in. He makes me go all the way the fuck down to get him, and then come all the way back up every time.
So what's funny is anytime Mike and I mention each other, like Mike shouted me out on Twitter the other day, and every response was, "Whatever, Mike. We know you're a bad friend."
It's funny because every time I park on that side and I walk past the gate, I think about it, but I just don't want to step in that bucket of syrup, you know?
Bucket of syrup.
Unbelievable. How, like, it's, why would you not? I'm sorry, I'm getting flustered thinking about it.
You could get flustered. Go ahead and get flustered.
We sat out there for so long, and we were super high, holding our sandwiches out in front of your place.
Yeah, it was cold, too. Remember how cold it was?
Waiting for...
I like you're like, we were high with food.
And I wanted to eat it so bad, but we had to wait on the Miz to come up to, like, open the door for him and let him in.
Should we get Mike on the line right now and have you guys beef it out?
Get to the bottom of this? No. Feels like a different show.
Yeah.
All right, we'll save it for a different show then. Well, actually, Rob, maybe I should secretly patch you into an episode of Dynamic Banter without letting Mike know that you're coming on.
Like you just did now?
Well, like I was going to do, yeah.
Yeah, Mike and I...
Wait a minute. Was that Mariah Carey?
Yeah. That's my ringtone, because here's why. Because when your phone rings and it's an abrupt, like, you know, some people have the burr, burr, burr.
Oh, yes.
I don't want to feel anxiety when my phone rings. So it's Always Be My Baby by Mariah Carey. And every time I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm getting a phone call.
It's pleasant when it's Mariah Carey, yeah. But won't that that'll make you real sick of that song soon, I thought. Isn't that what happens?
Song since 1996. It's definitely not going to happen now.
Okay. Rob, give us your initial thoughts on the season 2 finale of Lost, will you?
Refresh my memory on... I get season 2 and 3 finale mixed up. Season 2 finale's when...
Owen's going to give you a detailed recap.
Yeah, don't spoil anything.
Yeah, just tell me, because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, and then this.
I bet I could do it quicker than Owen.
Great.
Owen, do you want to try? Too late. So what happens is...
Not brief enough.
It's when all this shit goes down in the hatch.
Yeah, the hatch, Desmond, we find out all this stuff about Desmond. There's the fail-safe key. There is, let's see, some of our favorite characters get kidnapped by the others. We find out that Henry Gale is in charge in some way.
Michael and Walt.
Act 125 wants me to turn Owen's mic off again.
I feel like that this is the first real episode of Lost. I feel like everything up until this is kind of like the epilogue, and then this is when stuff starts happening, because
prologue.
The first episode I ever saw was the one that you probably just watched, where where Jack realizes he's met Desmond, or he doesn't realize it. He like met Desmond outside of the island.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on the steps of that auditorium or whatever. Yeah.
Well, that was the beginning of season 2. We're at the end.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, well we did get to go back there again though.
It went back because it set up. This is where Penny comes in.
Yeah, but we got to see the statue, the foot statue.
I like this is when it starts becoming lost.
Yeah.
Like before this, you're just meeting characters, and now it goes nuts.
Well, I feel like really with the introduction of the Dharma Initiative stuff was really for me when the Lost stuff started kicking in. But this stuff with like the statue and like the failsafe and like the weird thing that happened when the hatch kind of blew up or whatever happened to the hatch. I feel like all that stuff is kind of mysterious, lost stuff. So yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, it's ultimately it's a show about the characters. So the entire first season is basically just introducing you to characters, which as you've probably noticed, on your second and third viewing of it, is kind of a grind because you're like, yes, I know who Jack is, I know who these people are, but it's very necessary. Now you know everyone, and it's when the good times starts to roll, as they said in 70s rock song.
It certainly is.
Well, I will say from my perspective at this point, going into season 3, it has been told to me no less than about a dozen times that any individual episode, quote, now feels like Lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm having a hard time with the barometer on that.
See, I said this is season 1 and 2 are Lost to me.
Lucas Ryder wants a guide to the EZU. Brett, you want to work on that?
I'm working on it.
Okay, Brett's working on it.
I'm drafting it. I'm writing it in the middle of the dot matrix printout of the lost numbers and the system failure.
John Michael Makestead asks, does the show get even bigger in scale?
Yes.
I would say absolutely it does.
Exponentially bigger.
Blake Case asks, Boar took your tarp? All right. Well,
The Saeed stuff is so weird to me now.
All the old Saeed stuff? I know.
Like that he even had a side. I wonder if the island was a little bit of a like an opportunity for release for Saeed, and he could sort of reboot, start over, and be a happier, funner person. And then by the end of season 1, he's just like, "Fuck, I gotta go back. I gotta go back to the way I was."
Well, no, Shannon didn't die that long. She died like
but he started taking that turn.
Yeah.
After
she made it all the way till Ana Lucia really came in though. Like middle of this last season.
But she seems like Boone died.
Doesn't she seem like a distant memory too now though?
Shannon just
it's only been like 10 episodes probably since she's died.
Rob, do you remember Michael getting into the boat with Walt? And do you remember Walt being suspiciously older?
Yeah, they realized really quickly that Walt hit a tremendous growth spurt. like in one episode, he's this little boy, and they're like, "Come on, Walt, get into the boat." And in the next one, he's Dikembe Mutombo. He's wearing the same clothes. Tom Hanks, I'm big.
Well, it is weird that like the last time we saw him, we're in the others' tents. When he like runs to his dad to give him a hug, and that looked like normal Walt. That looked like young.
I think they just kind of shot it in from longer, closer ups, so that you couldn't really tell as much.
But dude, it's like the reunion between Michael and Walt there seemed to be cut short, and I didn't want to call this out because I didn't want to distract you guys from the finale. And especially Brett, because this was your first time watching it, and you were watching it with us, which I appreciated, and I thought that was a lot of fun. But what I really think that his voice was also different. Walt? Because all you heard Walt say was "Dad," and I swear they probably just pulled a clip of him saying "Dad" and just had him say "Dad" because he doesn't say anything else.
I thought it was weird that he acted like he had just heard Michael for the first time when Michael got on the boat.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird.
He's like, "Oh, you're here!"
I think there was so much going on I think they were just trying to truck through everything.
And you can tell that Walt was going to be a major piece of the story, and then they're like, oh, this kid is already 6'2". Like, we're not going to be able to continuity.
It's only supposed to have been 65 days since they were on the island.
Well,
it's still 2004.
It's interesting.
Steve, are you drinking out of that Netflix cup we got and
yes.
wearing the Taco Bell hat we got?
Yeah.
You are a walking piece of clickbait.
Do you know you don't wear any of your swag, Rob?
I'm curled up with the Netflix pillow right now.
Remember those blankets in the auditorium we gave each other hand jobs under?
Yeah, of course I do.
What if he didn't remember?
Was that your first male hand job?
What does that mean?
No.
No.
Well, I just think it's curious that Michael and Walt conceivably may not be coming back. We may not see them again. And I think it's curious, even curiouser, that the boy is definitely growing quickly. So, and it's only supposed to be like 60 days.
Are you suggesting that's a storyline and not?
I'm just saying, like, what do you do from a producer's standpoint when there's a
You're
kid?
saying there's a fuckload of punches that they're rolling with constantly in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter how long it's supposed to be on the island, if you were watching it week to week, you were living the amount of time. So I'm sure it didn't seem as weird.
And you can't do the Fresh Prince thing where you just bring in a new character to play.
No, you certainly can't. You can't. I mean, what do you do?
Is it weird that they
recast Walt? And Michael's like, hey, Walt.
Or like Walt
so
comes
happy
back.
to have you back.
Guys, Walt's here. And it's just this totally different kid.
Is it weird?
Or they go the other way. It's like Dule Hill.
The mom from Fresh Prince.
Is it weird that they ever even try to get away with it? Like, what a strange thing.
What do you mean?
Like, sometimes people die or whatever, and you like have to do that. But like,
you talking about Dumbledore?
Yeah,
is Dumbledore a big distraction for Harry Potter fans? I'm not really a Harry Potter fan.
I feel like it's pretty.
Was it a big deal for people?
Probably
it's a big deal that you're not a Harry Potter fan. It's confusing to me.
Save it for our podcast about Harry Potter, Brett, where we watch all the Harry Potter movies.
Oh my
Because I've actually only seen 2 of them.
No.
The first 2?
Yeah.
Well, that's why Dumbledore is confusing to you. You only have one Dumbledore. That's magic.
How they did this scene with Walt to kind of like get him off the island where Vin Diesel looked over in the car next to him and it was Walt and they raced one last time.
Do you guys think they're going to recast? No, fuck. Never mind. I can't do it. All right, let's do Dan's thoughts for fuck's sake. Rob, don't laugh. You don't know what I was going to say.
I know what you were going to say.
No, nobody knows. Shut up. Shut up. Here we go. Let's do Dan's thoughts. We're playing the Dan's thoughts theme, Rob, so cool your shit.
Owen's going to sing it for you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, this is the long one. No, I wasn't, Christian Gattaca. You shut your mouth.
Good morning.
I'll restart this theme song.
The production value has gone up so much on the show since last time I was here.
Oh, 1,000 pardons. Senor Donald, I would like to have you meet one of the most eccentric birds you have ever seen. His name is the Araquan. You'll find him most everywhere.
Oh, this is a long clip.
What is this?
It's the Dan's Thoughts end, Brett.
Because of the peculiar song he sings, which sounds something like this.
All right.
I'm disappointed. I thought you were going to come in with the Hurley bird at some point.
Daniel Lucas says, hey, it's me again, Dan from Dan's Thoughts. Let's just get the fuck on with it, shall we? It's the fucking season fucking finale, fuckers.
Wow. This is not safe for work.
Your mom's not safe for work, Rob.
She's dead.
Are they going to recast your mom in the new story? Star Wars.
As Walt.
As Walt.
Mike Falzone's going to play Rob's mom.
Season 2, Jin is going to play Hurley's mom. Season 2, episode 28, Live Together, Die Alone, part 1, Desmond episode. They brought Desmond back, but he's just been drunk since he came back. Oh, they brought Desmond back, but he's just been drunk since he came back. That's what that's supposed to be. Would like to hear you all attempt a Scottish accent?
Nope.
Come on, Brett.
Nope.
Owen?
Nope.
Brother.
That's not bad.
Is he Scottish? He's Scottish. He's Scottish.
I guess he is Scottish, yeah.
Scottish.
Yeah, that's good, Owen. See, Owen tried it, Brett.
I said nope in the Scottish accent.
Hashtag Brett no, everybody.
Rob,
you want to try a Scottish accent?
Nah.
I'll try one.
It's Shrek. You can do a Shrek.
Oh, yeah. Donkey! Why don't you just do Shrek, Rob?
Is Scrooge McDuck Scottish?
Yeah.
Is Scrooge McDuck Scottish?
I think he is. Laddie? Dude, I had a weird dream the other night that the voice of Scrooge McDuck was like hanging out at a party we were at, and someone was like, dude, the voice of Scrooge McDuck is here. And I was like, dude, that's rad. I want to go talk to that person. And it was a woman.
Women can't work.
Women can't do cartoon voices.
Yeah, but that's one specific voice that sounds
it's like a total man's voice.
Lads, we're gonna all get order.
I'm gonna go get my money out of the money bin, my friend. And it was a woman that did that voice, like Bart Simpson.
But it wasn't actually.
Soundbite. Prison guard.
Right,
Enjoy your
I thought
sodden
you were gonna
book.
say I went over and it was the animated Scrooge McDuck at the party.
Oh man, that would have been even better.
That would have been wonderful.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I have a great story about Michael from Lost.
A real life one?
Yeah.
Tell us.
So, the second time I ever did Molly, I didn't really know.
Not safe for work.
So my friend and I, or this girl I was dating, we were in Griffith Park, and I was like, we're gonna get high and watch Avatar, and that didn't work at all. We're like, screw this isn't working. Let's just go to Hyperion Public and get some drinks.
The Last Airbender or the James Cameron Blue Monkey movie?
The blue one.
Okay.
So we're sitting there, and the Molly kicks in really hard, and I'm mega high, and they start setting up karaoke, and I walk up very confident, and I'm like, "Hey, are you doing karaoke?" They're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Put me at the top of your list." I'm like a kiss to Hall & Oates. I want to be on your list, and so and I was like, "I'll go first. I'll do Remix to Ignition." So they're like, "Okay, cool, whatever. You're clearly high." So I get up and start doing it.
Your pupils are huge.
It's an incredible performance. I'm very dehydrated. I look over while I'm doing it, and Michael from Lost is sitting at the corner of the bar, really vibing with my performance.
Whoa!
I pull him up with me to do the toot toots and beep beeps in Ignition.
No way.
And he does it with me. I'll send you the picture. I've got it somewhere.
Holy shit.
And then after it's over, I remembered I was at a birthday party in the Roosevelt one time with Harley and all the Epic Mealtime guys. And he was there. And I never talked to him or anything. But I was like, hey, man, let's get a drink. I was like, remember me? We met at Shannon's birthday party. And he was like, I was at that party. Oh, yeah. And he had no idea, but he pretended to know who I was. So I did shots with Michael for an hour. Just random dude.
I got to see these pics. Pics or it didn't happen, Rob.
I'm finding it right now.
Is he as big a jerk in real life as he is on the show?
If you have those pics, will you put them up to the camera for us all to see?
How many times did he say, I got to go find my boy?
He probably hates it. He probably gets triggered so hard when you say Walt.
We'll probably walk up to him and yell, "Whoa!"
He probably hates it, dude.
It's not his fault he had to scream it over and over forever.
Dan says, you can't call Echo a slave.
Yeah, that was a weird moment.
Right? Was that like the...
Because he went, you're a slave to it, and everybody stopped and stared at each other for several silent seconds.
Was it like Sawyer's joke about Saeed running a convenience
store?
It
would be like if he had made that joke to Saeed.
Rob's putting the pick up. Look at that! That's great!
Oh, that's so funny.
That's great. Nice pick, man.
Thank you.
I need a hashtag TBT on that on your Insta one of these days.
We need it, Rob.
Next, Dan thought, Libby? WTF? Always confused with the timelines. Was Libby crazy first and then normal, or the other way around?
Right, because the boat seemed pretty recent. But so was Hurley's.
No. What? Desmond was there for 3 years.
So it's after?
I don't fucking know.
It would have been the boat and then the asylum.
Well, we don't know
when Hurley was in, how long he was in.
We don't know when Hurley was in.
The Hurley bird again? Rob, what's your thoughts on the Hurley bird?
Wait, what is that?
The Hurley bird. Remember there's like this bird that flies out in the jungle that goes, Hurley! Remember that?
Do you think it actually said Hurley to start with, or was that a thing the fans sort of latched onto and brought it back as a little fan service?
The thing is, there's so many things in that show that you have to dig into, and that you look into everything, that I feel like you start creating narratives that aren't really there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but it definitely sounds like it's saying Hurley. I wish there was a storyline later on where like this bird was involved in like the chicken company that Hurley loved and all of this.
Is it like a chicken from the fucking the chicken place he used to work at trying to get revenge on Hurley?
Mr. Clucks?
It's Mr. Cluck. Captain Desmond Sparrow when he's drunk on the beach. Soundbite, Locke and Desmond joke, and hello. What the fuck was that giant four-toed statue foot thing? This is awesome. The blast doors. What's that?
That's one of my favorite little mysteries.
Mine too, man. I loved it. When I first saw that, I was like, oh shit. It is on. Is this place like an ancient place where there were like fucking Egyptians or Romans or what the fuck?
Well, I don't know if you know, but when the clock counts down, it flips over and shows hieroglyphics.
Whoa.
Which are
that's right. I did not know.
Egyptian
maybe like a form
text,
of writing
or yeah, like what do you call it? Like I don't want to say a language.
Yeah,
but
it might be a language
of some sort.
It's a language.
This is awesome. The blast doors are down.
News.
They're gonna stop pushing the
Brett.
button.
Yeah, you're welcome, guys.
Brett must be going mental at this point. Kelvin was the army guy with Saeed in that torture episode. Soundbite. Echo. Do you know who opened the hatch door? Charlie. No, but if you hum it, I could probably play it. Classic joke. It's just dawned on me that they never asked Michael to kill Ana Lucia. Michael is just an asshole.
Right.
Yeah.
Is he though?
Rob, you're a dad. You know what's up.
He took the shortest.
Rob,
the shortest path of resistance.
How many strangers would you kill to save your son?
How many have I killed? I mean, here's the thing. I don't think what he did was right by any means, but like you're on an island where like black smoke is flying around and everyone is, you hear like whisper, like it's some weird stuff going on.
All bets are off.
No reason to trust these people, and you're like, my only priority is getting my kid out of here. In a pinch, I mean, I'm not justifying what he did, but I certainly wouldn't condemn him for it.
That's what I kind of said about it too. I mean, I'm not a parent, but I feel like there's a bond there that I will never understand or know.
I said I would do it to save Mason. I would kill him, but I wouldn't expect him to like it.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially the people I shot. But everybody else, I wouldn't expect them to us to be friends afterwards.
I think it's questionable because he hasn't really been in Walt's life the whole time.
But
so that's where it is he really like super invested in his kid, or is this just kind of like he just doesn't know what else to do?
So you're saying that you'd shoot someone right in the pillow?
two times in the pillow.
2 times right in the pillow.
Actual Michelle Rodriguez, if I had to.
I thought it was a weird moment when Hurley wanted him to clarify, because he's like, I was in such a... She snuck up on me or whatever.
Yeah,
and he's like, but if you had the time...
If you had the time, yeah.
You would have,
How many Ana Lucias... I'm sorry, how many Michelle Rodriguez's would you kill to save your son, Rob? If there were 4 Michelle Rodriguez's in a room...
I wouldn't kill Fast and Furious Michelle Rodriguez.
But Blue Crush...
Michelle Rodriguez
got to go?
Lost, definitely.
You know what's funny? I hated her the first time we watched the show. This time I didn't hate her.
I mean, she was a real pain in the ass a lot.
Yeah,
she was a big brat, especially that episode where she's like, she killed Shannon, and she's like, no, you all have to stay here, because I'm trying to figure out my plan. And they're like, what do you want? Why are we sitting here? Like, just let us go.
Oh, and they kidnapped Saeed.
Yeah, like that episode was like, fuck you, Ana Lucia, you're a dumbass.
I felt bad for her.
Have you guys talked about why their characters got killed on the show?
Yeah, we talked about the DUI. Yeah.
And then when
you should check the Twitter.
Then when Libby showed up,
someone made something real special.
Really?
The
image, the image of the see if we can bring it up. There's so much more of Dan's thoughts, for fuck's sake.
Wait, I just remembered the opening credits said Michelle Rodriguez on them. Do you remember that? Seeing that name pop up at the beginning?
No.
I'm pretty sure it did. Is that weird?
Fuck, that's it for this episode. I was totally into it. So cool, loving it. Next one, Season 2, Episode 24, Live Together, Die Alone, Part 2, Still Desmond. They're called blast doors for a reason. You can't blow them open. Redzinski, he shot himself in the head. Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
All Echo did was throw a belt at a magnet. What does that prove? Remember when he did that? The crazy priest did it. He blew it up. Damn him all to hell. So that's why they push the button. Electromagnetism. The others have fucked off, and that wasn't even a real hatch. I'm confused. So
they're going to tie this into the next X-Men movie.
With Magneto?
Yeah.
Magneto was born on the Lost Island.
He got sad about his family dying, so went to the Lost Island.
So all the notes those people were writing went to a big hole? Was everything the Dharma Initiative did just a load of bollocks?
We don't know, Dan.
Shit just got real, guys. There's too much going on. I love it. I want a Dharma jumpsuit, please.
Oh, yeah. Do you have a Dharma jumpsuit?
I don't, but I have this Dharma patch to put on a jumpsuit.
I would love a Dharma jumpsuit.
Rob, let's all get Dharma jumpsuits and go to like
next
club.
Halloween. Next Halloween, we should each pick a role.
Can we all go to the club in Dharma jumpsuits?
Or just like Wendy's.
That's what I meant by the club. There's that club sandwich that I love.
Brett,
Chicken Club.
You go as Plain.
Okay, I'll be Plain.
I'll go as Smoke Monster.
Yeah. Nice. Who's gonna go as Tarp?
Bree can be Boar.
That shot of the boat on the water looked terrible. Remember that? It kind of looks CG.
The one weird shot with the
System failure. Desmond killed Plain. So is Henry the leader? I like him. I like how Locke and Desmond synced up to help each other. Brett, what are those black and red symbols? They don't look like anything to me.
I just answered
That's
that
true,
for
he
everybody.
did.
I did a bunch of research.
If you'd listened, Dan, maybe you would have heard. Oh my,
Ancient.
this is crazy. Flying forks. Soundbite. Locke, I was wrong. All we really need to survive is one person who loves us. Just a nice quote.
Is it true, though?
Yeah, I kind of like that. Sure.
That's not true at all. Imagine if everyone else in the world hated you, but like your girlfriend liked you.
What if all court cases were based on that? This man murdered a school bus full of children, but one person loves him, so we can't. We
The
can't.
judge is crying while Iris from the Goo Goo Dolls is playing.
I guess
This man is free.
Is that like The Lobster?
That is like the Lobster.
That's the plot of The Lobster.
OMG, what just happened? The sky turned white. That crazy sound. Are they the good guys? I don't think so. Michael does not deserve Walt. He's a fucking piece of shit. Penny is coming to save the day. Awesome. Such an amazing finale. Can't wait to get cracking on season 3. Loving taking this journey with you guys. You bring all the joy and laughter to me and everyone that listens to this podcast, apart from Winter of 108. Keep up the amazing work. Lots of love and kisses. Dan from Dan's Thoughts. Namaste. Thank you. And Happy New Year. That was Dan's Thoughts.
Good morning. Good morning.
If you could have pulled out Remix to Ignition.
I don't get any of this audio, so you guys just look like mentally challenged people.
Right now we're listening to a version of Kiss from a Rose that I made like over 10 years ago. Was it 10 or 6?
This is you?
Yeah. It's just me layered 900 times. All right.
What do we think about when Charlie came back and said, "Oh, they're not back yet"?
Oh yeah, that was weird, huh? When he was like, "Oh, Echo and Locke aren't back yet."
I don't like Charlie at all. He's a waste of space and he's confusing to me.
Rob, thoughts on Charlie?
I liked him the first time.
I'm not crazy about him yet. I don't care about him.
What about Candy's Candy? What's his name?
Bernard.
Bernard.
We saw
Bernard
him for a
and his
minute.
milky white leg.
Isn't Bernard on that show Head of the Class?
No, he was the teacher on Growing Pains or something like that.
He was on a few of those, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, maybe he was on Head of the Class then.
Maybe.
All right, Rob. Well, thank you for joining us on this show. It's always a pleasure to have you.
I'm gonna go get high and watch The Bye Bye Man.
Are you seeing it right now?
Yeah. Do you want to go?
Yeah, I do want to go. Can you wait?
We're going. A bunch of us are going at 2:55 at the ArcLight.
Well, I'm never gonna make it, but have
Guys,
fun.
that's the end of the live stream.
Gotta cut it short.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.
We just start making plans and like.
Wait, Rob, did you like the Blair Witch remake?
No. At the time, like I went to a screening early and I was all excited about it, and so in the moment I was like, "This is so fun." And then I thought about it when I got home and I was like, "Oh man, it was like a remake."
Yeah, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it was done in an okay
It really was
way,
a remake.
but,
Yeah, I agree. Well, Rob, don't spoil Bye Bye Man for me, please. And I'm gonna probably see it tomorrow.
Are we excited about the Bye Bye Man?
Oh no, we're just seeing it for absolute jokes.
Okay.
Well, I wish I could see with you guys, but let's go see monster trucks.
I'm down.
We'll go meet Creech together. You down to meet Creech, Rob?
Absolutely.
The poster demands that we all meet Creech. All right.
Hey, if you're serious, I'm in.
Really?
You
want to see monster trucks? Yeah, you can bring Mason. Yeah. Let's go see it. All right. Rob, thanks for joining us, my man. I appreciate you all the time.
Thanks for having me.
Bye,
thanks,
baby.
Rob.
Bye.
All right. That's it for Rob, guys, but we got a new person to pop in. This is going to be the longest podcast ever, I think.
Can we pop in multiple people?
I don't know, actually. Lonnie?
Hey.
Lonnie Harris?
Hey.
Guys, Lon Harris is here.
I'm here.
Lon from, what do we say you're from? Defy? Screen Junkies?
Yeah, you can say Screen Junkies Plus Movie Fights. That's probably where most people would know what I'm doing.
Guys, Lon
You don't
Harris.
want to promote QVG?
From Machinima's 3-year-old QVG project.
Still strong.
Massively successful QVG.
Lon, as Owen confirmed, says Brandon Colazos. Andy Wilcox says, "Is Lon asleep?"
Yes.
Are you currently asleep, Lon?
I'm sleep podcasting. It's a new genre I've developed where you go into a deep sleep and then you just blather on the internet about what you thought about old TV shows.
Lon, you could cosplay as Zeke. Well, not Zeke. What did they say his name was? Tom.
Oh, Tom, right, with the beard. This is a fake beard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I do wear a fake beard every time I'm on the internet so people can't watch.
But
because you're dressed like a hillbilly? Is that the deal?
This is not my real apartment. This is all a facade. This is totally.
I love that Talking Heads song.
I live in Silver Lake.
This is not my real apartment.
I don't want you guys to know too much about me. I'm very secretive.
Audacity quit unexpectedly.
What does that mean?
Okay, you can pull it from the live stream.
Really? The audio? Oh, that'd be so awful.
Yeah. Lon?
Okay, it recovered.
Hey, Brett, I can't see. I can only see Steve. I can't see anyone else.
I don't just trust that I'm over here.
Feel your presence.
While Steve tries to maneuver these technical difficulties, why don't you give us the your 90-second recap or thoughts on the end of season 2?
This is to me like peak Lost. Like we're right on the edge of my favorite stuff in the whole show. So I really started to get into it with the button and the hatch and what those mysteries are. And now that we're just about to introduce sort of the reality behind the others, that to me, like the Dharma stuff, like this is the most interesting, compelling stuff.
So it just gets worse from here for you?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It just gets worse from here is what you're saying?
No, like we're right on the cusp. Like the beginning of season 3 is like my favorite stuff.
All right.
And the Henry Gale, like how that character, as we know him presently, is going to develop. Mm-hmm. That to me is like I love Michael Emerson, that actor, and everything he does in that role. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Michael Emerson is a real treat. We are lucky to have such a creepy, cool actor.
And I wonder a lot because they obviously cast him just for this part of season 2, and they didn't know where everything was going to go. So, like, it's amazing that they got a guy for that little part that is so fantastic and really comes into his own in later seasons.
Yeah, Well, we were saying they've gotten really good at rolling with a hell of a lot of punches.
Well, I don't want to spoil too much, but I really do.
Right, I don't want to talk about what happened.
I don't want to talk about it. I mean, I do, and of course you do as well, but I do want to say that season 3 kind of gets a lot of flack.
It does.
But I think it's really cool what they do, and I think it's fun and interesting and scary, and I feel like Lost is gonna get real scary soon. Remember, it gets kind of scary because you're like, I don't know what the others are up to.
Right. Well, and we're right on the cusp now of like it's creepy. There's like a creepiness to them.
Yeah.
Where they're like investigating and doing all these weird experiments, all these like personal questions, and it's like, what's with these guys? It's like a bunch of creeps living on this island.
Yeah.
And also, I love one of the moments we saw in this episode that was like the most like, what is happening on the show is from this episode where it's where they first see the statue.
The statue, man. Yeah, we were just talking about how fucking cool the statue is.
And just like now to look back where they're admitting like, we didn't really know where it's going to go. They just threw that in there? Like, let's put a huge statue and it's only got 4 toes and the rest of it's broken up. We'll figure out what to do with it.
I mean, that was kind of my concern watching the show all along back in, originally is like, how much is just, I don't know, fuck it, we'll figure it out.
As it turns out, all
right.
Well, Lon,
like white light, we'll figure it out.
Lon, what were your thoughts on the statue when you first saw it? Do you remember what your thoughts were?
At this point in the show, I think I had already come around to like they're in another dimension or they're in some other. So I was thinking it's like elements of our dimension keep getting like pulled into Lost World. So like polar bears or like like other stuff from Earth sort of somehow gets sucked through this portal and ends up there.
That's cool.
Or like their plane or Echo's brother's plane or whatever.
Exactly. Or right. So like or the pirate ship or whatever. So I thought at the time it was like that's probably like a statue from somewhere on Earth or whatever that got like ended up on this island.
Is this where what's the book with the turtle with the universe on its back? Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it.
It's it. Yeah. Don't you remember people were kind of making references to that? Do you remember being part of the message boards and stuff way back when Lost was still airing, Lon?
I wasn't really. I listened to podcasts. I listened to a couple Lost podcasts, but I wasn't really into the message board thing, so I don't remember.
Do you remember
clearly.
people talking about the universe on the turtle's back ideas and people thinking that like, what isn't there another series too where it talks about like a space turtle or something? Or is it just it?
No,
it was something else too, right?
There's a whole like I can't think of the name of
Discworld.
it.
Discworld. That's it.
I was gonna say like a Harry Potter-esque.
Yes.
Yeah, Discworld is like this crazy sci-fi novel series, and there's this whole idea about the dimension or the
wasn't there also a book though that kind of had a bunch of Lost stuff that they took from?
Oh, like where they actually took ideas from?
Yeah, there was some like Buddhist something book. I can't remember.
There is, looking it up now, there is also a concept called Turtles All the Way Down that is like a certain way of thinking about the universe and infinite regression. So, like, could the entire universe be a series of turtles resting upon other turtles and you would never get to the biggest turtle?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
not
any
known
of those
exactly
things.
where the origin of the phrase comes from, but Stephen Hawking talks about it in A Brief History of Time.
I think it's I think they've stumbled across the lost city of Atlantis, and that's going to be my theory moving forward.
You think so?
Yes, that was a theory some people did have at the time.
It's not bad. You got Egyptian stuff and all that happening.
Egyptian stuff. You got like new technology,
triangle,
advanced technology
playing around in there.
Well, I want to read some emails here really quick, and Lon, if you want to join in on some of these and stick around for a little bit, I would appreciate that.
I'm here for whatever you need, Steve.
Great, awesome. And guys, in the comment section, if you guys want to ask us some questions as well, please do so. The chat is going, and it's going full speed. And if you have questions, full steam ahead.
Chat.
Brandy Greco sends us an email that says, "Candy's candy." She says, "I was in a grocery store last night in the bread section going to grab a loaf when I heard some guy, I shit you not, say, 'Oh well, bread is bread, right?' I started busting up laughing because all I could think of was Bernard's candy is candy. After I caught my cool, I told my boyfriend why I was laughing and why we couldn't stop joking about it all night." So there's a new one for you. Brandy Greco. Thanks, Brandy. That's a funny email.
I mean, bread is bread.
And Brett is Brett.
That guy was totally right.
Lon, do you remember Candy is Candy referenced in the show? It's kind of a quick reference I'm
not sure.
really got into.
So here's what it is. It's really quick.
It's before you ever meet Bernard. It's
yeah,
Rose
so Rose is like with Hurley in the hatch, and they're like going through all the food. Mm-hmm. And the writers wanted Rose to bring up Bernard because Bernard was already kind of seen in the tailies area, but we just didn't know who that was. Mm-hmm. And so the writers were trying to introduce Bernard. And so there was this really weird kind of forced moment where Rose was like, Hurley was like, "You want a candy bar or something?" She's like, no, but it's like my husband always says, candy is candy. And it was like a way to bring up.
Hurley was like, it's not like a good one. It's like a Dharma bar or something.
Oh, yeah.
Bernard always says candy is candy.
But that was like the way to bring up Bernard. Like that's the writer's idea.
She needed to be like, "I have a husband."
Yes, exactly. But like that was the way they did it, and it was so strange. but yeah, it just
Is it as strange as a poorly animated huge green bird swooping down after
screaming
so
Hurley?
Find out that Michael's gun doesn't have any ammo.
It felt like that was delivered at the 0 hour, and they looked at it and like, well, I guess that's it.
The fans
it's so transparency. Like, oh, Michael has to shoot at something so he can figure out that Jack didn't put bullets in his gun.
But to what end? Why?
Well,
to what end? Because then Michael doesn't. Because then Jack just puts it out there. I thought that was kind of stupid because it raised Michael's suspicion to no apparent end because it didn't turn You know what I mean? Like, it didn't... naturally, I would think, okay, now Michael's going to know that Jack knows, and he's going to use that to his advantage, but he just sort of dissolved the situation.
Yeah, correct. No, I actually think rewatching it, that whole stuff, all that transition stuff doesn't really make a ton of sense. Like, why wouldn't... It seems like Jack would also tell Kate, at least.
Oh, yeah, that was all really wonky.
Like, all that, like, no, don't tell them so we have the advantage, but then we got to meet here, and it's just like, this plan is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, Saeed's plan was weird. Like,
that's what I mean. Like,
I'll signal you when the coast is clear. It's like, well, what if the coast isn't clear?
Yeah,
like what?
They had this, like, they had the beats that they wanted it, and then they just needed the characters to, like, agree to go along with the right beats, so they ended up in the right place.
But didn't they...
They were just like, bird swoops at them.
Yeah, and, like, the others used smoke before as a signal, right? Remember when she's like...
Yeah, they know they're coming because of the black smoke.
Yeah, so then why is Saeed's plan to do a black smoke
I
signal
don't... It definitely
from
felt
where
like
the others' camp is?
They had figured out the end, and they're like, none of this is going to fucking matter when the hatch goes off.
Yeah, I guess they were thinking people would just be distracted.
Yeah.
It worked.
It's like, we'll distract them with the four-toed statue and the big white light, and no one's going to give a fuck about it.
I feel like the Hurley bird coming back, too, was totally like the audience was probably asking so many times since the Hurley bird
that was
came
a
out.
huge thing at the time. That became like a huge lost meme.
Right, like what the fuck is the Hurley bird? Yeah.
Right. But it's so like, it feels like you can feel them writing it and being like, what if the Hurley bird comes back? Like, okay, we'll put that in for now, but let's think of something better. And then they were like on set and like, oh shit, we totally didn't replace that. I guess we're going with it.
Yeah, maybe.
As long as it all headed to Giant Magnet Destruction Town, I was okay with it.
Well, it felt like someone was writing the second half and someone was writing the first half, and then right in the middle, they're like, oh fuck, these don't line up.
We gotta stitch these together.
Just start shoving shit in there.
All right. Well, Chris Martin sends us an email.
Coldplay?
Yeah, he's a fan.
He's a huge fan of the podcast.
You should have him write a theme song and then not use it because it'll be terrible.
I actually had to kick him off of the guest list today because I really wanted you on, Lon.
I bumped Chris Martin.
He wrote a theme song, but we didn't use it because Bruno Mars and Beyonce made a different one, and we just decided to put that.
Did I ever tell you guys
Beyonce together?
Did I ever tell you guys about the time when I got bumped off of the Jimmy Kimmel show for dwarves doing a Carl's Jr. commercial?
Is this a real thing?
Oh, it's real.
But wasn't that the time you met JJ?
That is the time I met JJ. Yeah, and he gave me premiere tickets to Star Trek. We'll talk about it sometime. Chris Martin says, "Morning, Lee boys."
I think you already
Chris,
did.
this better be a good fucking email.
This story is more interesting than anything we've done on the show.
This email is bumping your story about getting bumped by dwarves.
Are you going to ignore that the Dharma actor was missing a hand in the first video, but not the second?
We didn't ignore it when we were watching it.
Well, I pointed it out to you guys.
Yeah.
Brett, I don't know if you remember, but Dr. Marvin Candle is the first kind of like Dharma scientist we see in the Swan Station orientation video. And you can kind of tell that he has a prosthetic arm.
In the second.
His left arm is prosthetic. No, in the Swan Station video, his arm is a prosthetic. And in the Pearl Station video,
that's right.
it's a completely different named person, same actor.
Right.
His name is Dr.
Wickman,
and he has the use of both hands. Do you remember this, Lon?
but it's later.
I do, because this was the stuff, like all the mysteries of what is the Dharma Initiative, like that was the shit that I thought was really awesome about Lost, like the first time through. So yeah, that was like my favorite stuff, and they really did a good job of like teasing out that mythology like online and with fans. Like a lot of the marketing was built around like what are these creepy Dharma videos and where are the other stations, and there's that shot too of Sawyer where he finds that like paper that's the map to other Dharma stations.
Oh, that's the one that Locke made.
Well,
right?
yeah, Locke made that. Yeah,
right. But I just mean like that whole idea
The
of
black
like,
light map.
Yeah, like all the different, like where are all these, and we're gonna find more. It's got almost like a Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah,
you know, like find all the Cylons kind of bit. Like I thought that was really compelling.
There's a message here, or someone wrote in the chat. Tiffany G said, my friend's dad works in production, and he worked with some Lost writers, and he told us that towards the end they were literally making shit up.
Well, I feel like for the whole time they were making
Yeah, it's not a documentary.
I feel like even the beginning of the pilot,
they were just making shit up
every second of it.
Turns out,
Oceanic Airlines, you guys.
It turns out that every second of this show was fake.
It's fake.
It's fake news.
We understand. I mean, we understand
news,
what you
this
mean.
is what Donald Trump's talking about.
We understand.
It's
all fake. Kilo Mike Maloish says, I love Lost so much I never watched the final episode because I didn't want it to end. I have the DVD, but I refuse to watch the finale. Does that mean you're not going to watch it with us, Kilo Mike?
You also should watch just streaming instead of on the DVD.
Andy Wilcox wants to know.
He's pulling a Desmond. He's not reading our mutual friend.
Andy Wilcox asks,
he's going to keep it like in a rubber band forever.
Andy Wilcox asks, what's the deal with airline food?
No, I believe he asked, what is the deal with airline food?
And also,
is that you, Lon? Did you send that email?
That was me.
Fresno Gandalf.
I wanted to do my best, try my type 3 on airline food with you guys.
Do you remember Fresno Gandalf?
Oh, yeah.
We went to this Lost, I've already told this before, but we went to this Lost, event at the Paley Center, and Paul Scheer was moderating a panel of the actors and producers of Lost, and he was reading all these questions from the audience to the cast and crew, and I mean Paul Scheer had to have made this up, but he was like, Fresno Gandalf asks, what up with the island? It's the best. Fucking love Fresno Gandalf.
The original working title of the whole series.
What up with the island?
I think Fresno Gandalf nailed it. If I don't find out by the end of this show what up with the island, I'm going to be pissed.
Fresno Gandalf invented the entire recap show genre. Chris Hardwick wouldn't even have a job if it wasn't Fresno Gandalf.
Is there going to be a documentary about Fresno Gandalf someday and how he he started
with the island, the Fresno Gandalf story.
Okay, Ang Avers sends us an email saying, my 10-year-old's theory about Lost with a PS. This is going to blow your mind.
Ready.
Season 2, episode 33. Live Together, Die Alone, Part 1. I feel like there's a typo in there.
I don't think there's that many episodes.
Well, episode 29.
This is a 10-year-old. Honestly, we're living in a 10-year-old world right now.
There might as well be that many episodes.
Do you remember
this is so long.
Do you remember
there are a lot of episodes.
Remember episode 27 when Charlie lost his pick? That was a Jin flashback episode. My 10-year-old daughter hadn't seen Lost until I started listening to your podcast, and she was finally interested. Here's her theory. She believes that Hurley's imaginary friend Dave is Libby's dead husband David. It totally makes sense.
I
Whoa!
asked. That was my question.
Well, you asked if there was an importance.
Yeah, because I didn't want to feel stupid on the podcast, but I was like, David, is that
really
important?
You thought of the David?
No.
No, he just felt. Was there an importance to the husband's name?
It felt like the show was looking at
Libby
you and going,
or Elizabeth,
Elizabeth.
Okay.
Yeah, Libby.
I felt like the show was looking at you in that moment, going, "We're giving you something."
I don't think it's that weird to assume that a nickname for Elizabeth is Libby.
Okay.
I don't think that's weird.
It is, yeah.
A Libby Beth.
Lucas Ryder wants us to finish casting our Lost remake. I really love. What was it? Jin as Sawyer. It was.
Mike Falzone was Saeed.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
And the guy.
The voice, though, you have to be able to do the voice.
Okay, so check this out. I went to search to see. Oh, here we go. Here's this image that someone made on the on the subreddit, or not on the subreddit, on a well, fuck, you won't be able to see it. Fuck it, Lon, you can see it. You want to see that?
I can see that. Yeah.
Oh well, we'll share. I mean, retweet it.
I already did.
Oh, okay.
Go to my
Whatever.
Twitter.
Sorry, guys. I went to search to see if others have thought of this, and of course they have. And there's a link to the IGN boards with a thread that says, "Remember Hurley's imaginary friend Dave? He was Libby's was he Libby's dead husband?" I watched it beginning in 2007 when we moved our family to England for 28 months. I watched it with our 2 oldest children then when we repatriated.
They returned to America.
Repatriated. Wow, that's a word I'm unfamiliar with. Repatriated. And after it had ended, I rewatched it with our 3rd and 4th children. This is my 3rd time through, now with Gigi, our 5th and final child. Gigi. Nice work. Was it Gigi's theory? Because that's a great theory. It's real cool.
Are you asking the email?
I'm asking the email, yeah. Okay. Hashtag Owen no empathy. Hashtag Steve in an ET wig. Hashtag Steve giggles like a little girl. Hashtag tarp should be a character. Hashtag and fishing net too. Where the hell did they get all the tarps and fishing nets? Hashtag seeing it through Brett's eyes. Hashtag seeing it through Gigi's eyes. Hashtag season 2 is the best. Hashtag Ang mom of 5. Hashtag bound together for good. These are getting creepy, Ang.
Yeah.
You're creeping me out.
This is, no.
Did you lose your mind by the time Ang mom of 5?
I think she was right about season 2, though.
She has 3 kids.
P.S.
That's all the explanation.
No, she has 5.
She has 5
kids. Her 5th kid is Gigi.
Unless that hashtag is lying.
It's crazy.
You're saying she has 2 kids. You're saying she lost her mind. She thinks she has 3 more kids? Okay. And Gigi is not a kid. She just made Gigi up. Pixar didn't happen, Ang. P.S. You know how people sometimes confuse the voices of Owen and Brett? I think if they both dressed in a lab coat, wore name tags with different names, it would clear things up. Brett's name tag should read Pierre Chang. Owen's name tag should read Marvin Candle. They should both mimic Pierre Chang's speaking style.
Who has the fake arm?
When they speak, you should play Brett's theme song, and when Brett speaks, and Owen's theme song for when Owen speaks. I think this will finally clear everything up. Hugs, Angie.
Thanks, it's gonna work out well Angie. Because Brett already has only one arm,
and a lab coat.
James Halleck says, "Hey boys, I'm emailing about last week's episode, ? Where you pronounced the title as ? This is actually the incorrect pronunciation. It's a little known fact, but the episode is actually named after a confused sound that Locke makes around halfway through the episode. But not to worry, I have attached a sound clip with the correct pronunciation. Anyway, I hope that clears things up. Hashtag respect the format. Hashtag Walt!" All right, let's listen.
We're going to hear this clip?
Yeah, sorry, Lon,
I hope it's another original rap song.
Me too. Here it is.
Just so you know, we tried to tell Steve that's how you pronounce it, and he didn't listen.
What you missed was literally...
You know the show Home Improvement?
It was Tim Allen.
The sound.
You know the end of the theme song of Home Improvement?
Yeah, it was literally that.
I pronounced that episode.
Yeah, I believe it.
All right, Lon, closing thoughts here. You got anything else to say about the episode? Are you excited about season 3? Will you join us?
I will. Super pumped for season 3. I probably am going to keep going because now I'm sucked back in. And there are a lot of great lost love stories. Like there's a lot of romantic subplots that I like on the show. But I think we're getting into the best of it, which is the Desmond Penny stuff.
Oh,
I love the Desmond Penny stuff.
Desmond and Penny to me are my favorite lost couple.
If I can tease a little something, I think. Well, I'm not. Actually, I don't need to. But there's some good stuff coming up.
I like Jen.
I know all I need to know about Peanut right now.
I do absolutely love Desmond and Peanut for sure. Okay.
I mean, Desmond and Clancy Brown, also a great love story for the 80s. As much as I love that.
All right, Lon. Well, thank you for joining us. We're trying to wrap the show up here. I wish we could have gotten more time with you, but we started late, and I hate myself. So
there's always season 3.
All right,
those are 2 different.
Lon, are you down to see?
We have 4 more tries to get this right.
We certainly do. Lon, you want to see Bye Bye Man tomorrow?
I would love to see Bye Bye Man tomorrow. Let's see Bye Bye Man tomorrow.
All right, let's do it. All right, Lon, thanks for joining us, and you are always appreciated.
Oh, what a delightful boy. Thank you.
All right, take care, Lon. Bye, buddy. All right, well, we got one more guest here, and then we can finally wrap this goddamn garbage up.
We're going to hold him to a cool 5.
We are going to... Well, I'm really curious to see what this next guest has to say about a lot of stuff. He had a request for a song to play.
Nope. Unless it fits in the cool 5.
Hey, Ralph.
Hey.
What's up, man? Is this your first time visually appearing on the podcast?
Yes.
It certainly is. There's too many beards.
Hey, Ralph.
Everyone was already commenting about how Lon was like a bearded man. Listen, I don't want to call anybody out.
If Rob comes back, he has to have a fake beard. Or he's not invited on the fucking show.
Let me text him to prepare for a fake beard.
Here's a picture with me without my beard.
Let's see it. Oh no, that's the picture! Ralph, you're a fucker! That's me back there. Okay, you want to talk about this a little bit?
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know if you
Ralph,
can see, but...
This is Brett. Real quick. Can you tell Steve how to say your last name correctly?
It's Apel, right?
No.
Oh, fuck. Is it Apple?
No.
What the fuck is it then?
Apple.
No.
Apple.
Apple.
Akbaji.
Adewale Apple Agbaji. Did you know how to pronounce that man's name, Ralph?
Oh, no.
Yeah, no one did.
But do you now?
Let's talk about this picture really quick. Well, first of all, for people who don't know who the fuck you are, Gabby says, holy shit, I need to find that pic later. Ralph is a fellow Lost fan, but also had a Lost podcast back in the day, one of the most popular Lost podcasts back in the day, called Dharma Lars.
Which we finally just saw the episode with
we
Dharma
did
Lars.
finally see the episode.
Which means I can show you this now.
Oh, there we go. Is that a legit prop?
Yeah, and it got exploded in the hatch.
Oh, rad. Look at that.
That's awesome.
So, did you get that in the auction or something? How'd you get that?
Somebody sent it to me from the set.
Oh, shit. That's secrets.
Yeah. What's funny is this thing's just wrapped in like a plastic thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually a box of Malamars. And if you smell it, you can still smell the chocolate in there.
Whoa.
There's still cookies in there.
There's cookies in there? And you're not going to open it, obviously.
And sand, you can hear it.
Let Brett smell. Oh, there's sand too? Brett, go ahead. Here, let's have some sound effects for the sand.
I want to talk about this picture, though, real quick.
All right, let's talk about the fucking picture. Ralph.
So out of nowhere, my friend tags me in a Throwback Thursday post. It was like a week
All right, he
after
just sent
the
it to
last
me,
time.
so I'm going to... Hang on, I'm going to add this into the... I'm going to add it into the stream. So just tell the... Yeah, go ahead and keep telling the story. Sorry, I interrupted you.
So this was like a week after I was on your show the last time.
Right.
And my friend just posted this random picture from Comic-Con, probably like 2006. And I looked in the background, and I think I see Steve. And so I sent you the picture. I'm like, hey, dude, is this you? And you're like, holy shit, that's me. And
I'll show you in just a second. Hold on.
But it doesn't make any sense because, like, hundreds of thousands of people go to Comic-Con. And it's not a very good picture.
It's kind of terrifying. It's kind of terrifying that you found this, that this exists, that this happened.
It's like a Lost cameo.
Everyone's asking if this is in game.
I didn't post this picture. I didn't find this picture. A random friend happened to find a picture from Comic-Con 2006, posted as a Throwback Thursday. I happened to be in it, and then you happened to be in it, and he just happened to post it a week after I did the show. Like, there's no reason why any of this should exist.
It's really fucking crazy. Like, that we're not making this up at all.
Do Owen and I get to?
Yeah, let me show you. Hang on, I'm just trying to set it up for the audience to see really quick first, and then I'll...
it's totally unflattering for everybody.
It's
both look like shit.
It is a really unflattering photo of all of us. But let me see this photo.
And my friend didn't know it was you.
Right.
Because nobody knew who it was you back then.
It would be that image.
Well put.
What did you just say?
Well put.
Okay, hang on. I'm putting it up right now for the audience to see. It's just gonna fill the screen right now for everybody.
It's the worst
okay, so
picture.
here's the picture. I'm showing it to Brett now.
Ralph, you look sassy as shit in this picture.
I look like a.
Who's the little guy behind you?
Who is the guy smirking there?
That's Lenny. He's the one that posted the picture.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Which means he didn't take the picture, which means how did he get it? Also, this is like pre-iPhone.
Someone said here,
so
this is like that.
Someone actually had to take a digital picture with a digital camera.
Someone said this is like that couple who had a random pic taken Disneyland as kids and later married. Yeah, there I am back there. There's Ralph with his beardless face.
So that means you and Ralph are going to get married someday?
No, I didn't know the picture was being taken, Gabby, and it's
Steve loves that.
I don't really even know who I'm talking to back there. Some kind of...
Is that a Moe's
Well, it looks like
jacket?
it's near the Dark Horse booth. But
there's literally, I think I'm standing in a line. There's wristbands. It's stupid.
It's so weird. It's so fucking weird.
It was so not a photo op that I decided to make a stupid face. Like, I'm like, why am I getting this picture taken? And why are you completely, like, perfectly framed in the background?
Someone wants to know why the Sharpie's in the hat, Ralph.
Oh, because I would get, like, autographs, maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is, pretty much. Bradley wants to know if this is Steve and Ralph's meet cute.
No, because they didn't meet.
It's just cute.
We didn't meet.
It's just cute, yeah.
It's just cute.
We didn't meet until like 12 years later.
It's pretty fucking crazy.
What do you think of the odds?
It's like, honestly, like when Ralph sent that to me and was like, is this you? First of all, I had a small stroke. And then I was like, fuck, that's me, dude. And I remember that Comic-Con.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. Like, it took me about an hour deciding whether to send it to you. Because it's such an unflattering picture. I'm like, should I tell Steve this picture looks like him?
But not only that, it's like, you know, the fat guy with a beard and a hat thing is like...
Yeah, Comic-Con.
At Comic-Con, it's like, dude, good luck. Like, good luck finding... Like, really, if there was a scavenger hunt that was like, find the fat guy with a beard and a hat... Like you're never gonna win that game, or you could win very easily. You win easier than normal.
You win it all the time.
You win automatically because you just point your finger in any direction and you'll find that guy.
Owen's
but
about to break his leg again.
I really felt like it was appropriate to Lost, Ralph. Our relationship is based around internet things. Like you also have that. It came from the VCR thing that you do. Where Ralph puts on like kind of like live shows with like weird old obscure movies, right? You do that too?
Yeah, by the way, I just got this from Jorge on VHS.
Oh shit, it's a VHS of Heart Beeps.
What is that? Oh, no.
Dude, Heart Beeps is the Andy Kaufman movie with Bernadette Peters where Andy Kaufman and Bernadette Peters are robots. And it's a fucking garbage movie.
It's the longest 80-minute movie you've ever seen.
I have it on DVD.
We can't get rid of it. People keep giving us copies the more we get rid of it.
But Heart Beeps, the score is done by John Williams. John Williams did the fucking score. It's
this
crazy.
is like right between Empire and Raiders.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And it was totally like a favor situation, wasn't it?
One of the producers worked on Star Wars,
He had one of his minions compose it.
He doesn't have minions.
No,
the rest of them do. He really doesn't.
Really?
Yeah. Especially back then.
I just feel like it's weird. I just transitioned in a bunch of stupid pictures and don't look at my ruse. Don't point out my ruses.
Ralph, what are your thoughts on season 2?
Ralph, what were your thoughts on that finale of season 2, buddy? Let's hear them.
Well, I didn't watch it.
But you remember it
before I came on. I did not respect the format. I blew through the rest of the show.
You're dangerously close.
Joe in the comments. Joe in the comments says Heartbeeps was nominated for an Oscar.
The music,
probably for makeup. I think maybe.
Oh, it might have been makeup. Oh shit! I think it is Rick Baker.
Oh,
holy shit!
Or is either Rick Baker or
the other one?
The other one. I can't think of his name.
Brett, all it is them walking through the
Stan Winston.
I think it's Stan Winston.
They're walking through the forest for 80 minutes, and it's them going.
Oh my god! But the
do you want to walk over here? Okay.
I don't know if we should walk over here.
I
think we should walk over here, though. And then there's this stupid robot with a cigar, and it's like, hey, what are we walking through the woods here? Oh, if I had legs, I'd be tired.
That was a fucking awesome impression, by the way. Like looking like I can only see Steve right now. That looked perfect.
And I haven't seen it in like 10 plus years.
Do you want to make a Heartbeeps fan film for Fantastic Fest?
Yes! Heartbeeps 2. Dude, but that Crime Buster music is kind of the shit. It is the shit. That is like
You played it on an episode.
I did play it on an episode!
For no reason.
It's not the Overboard music I keep playing with the fucking banjo. Are you aware of the Overboard score, Ralph?
Yeah, my wife loves that movie.
Oh god, that movie's real fucked up. Kurt Russell is just really taking advantage of a woman in that entire movie. Ralph, really quick though, before we get into your season 2 thoughts, I'm sorry. I want to mention that you mentioned Jorge gave you that copy of Heartbeeps. So you've got a podcast with Jorge, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about Jorge Garcia, who played Hurley on Lost.
Yeah, it just started a couple weeks ago. We decided that we wanted to talk about monster movies.
Yeah, nice. Which is the best. Those are the best kind of movies.
Yeah, so every other week we're posting episodes based on one monster movie. We did an intro show.
What's the name of the podcast?
It's called the Kaiju Podcast.
Oh, okay, nice.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I have yet to subscribe to that podcast. Is it on iTunes?
It's on everything.
Oh, great.
Are you guys going to do an episode on monster trucks with Creech?
Oh, yeah, dude. Are you going to meet Creech anytime soon, Ralph?
We'll see. I didn't know anything about that movie. I saw it on the news this morning that it'd been on hold for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was a funny
It's not hard to sell a movie when you go in and go like, like monster trucks. What if it was a monster truck?
There was a friend of mine who was like fighting a movie reviewer on Twitter a couple weeks ago because he was like, and they're friends, but he was like, man, everyone's shitting on monster trucks. It's not for them, man. Like my kids are gonna love that movie. They're gonna like fucking love every minute of it. Everyone's just shitting on it. It's like, dude, calm the fuck down about monster trucks.
Yeah. That's not it. That's not the hill to die on.
It's not the hill to die on at all. But I really want to meet Creech. We'll have to.
You're going to have Steve on when you do monster trucks.
The thing is is it too late to meet Creech? Because on the poster it says meet Creech January 13th. Did we miss the meet and Creech that was going to happen?
You missed your meet Creech.
The meet
Creech cute.
Was the Creech and meet after the movie is not going to happen anymore. Well, anyway, I'm really excited about this podcast with you and Jorge, Ralph, and I think that's super rad that you're doing that, and that's cool, man.
What's a monster movie you're gonna do that I'm gonna like?
It's like throwing darts in the dark.
Like in a couple weeks, we'll have King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh, cool!
Yeah. Do you like those guys?
Yeah.
Nailed it,
Ralph.
Ralph.
I kind of want to be more. I want to go to one of your movie screenings soon because they look absolutely fucking batshit ridiculous. What was the last movie you just did?
The last movie I did with Cinematic Void was Jack Frost.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah!
Not the Michael Keaton one.
Yeah.
The one, the bad horror one, the holographic cover.
You should have double featured that with Santa's Sleigh.
Oh yeah, dude. Doesn't Santa Sleigh star a wrestler like a
Goldberg
WWE
or somebody?
Yeah.
And Claire. Did we go over all this already?
Wait, was she it? Emile Durand or whatever?
Yeah, that's why we watched it originally.
That's right.
Because we were in the middle of
That's
Lost.
fucking right.
Are we in the
Whoa,
past?
weird. This is weird.
Are we?
I need you to stop because this is too weird. All right, Ralph, what do you remember about the season 2 finale? And try to tiptoe around them spoilers, sweetheart.
And you have 30 seconds, Ralph.
So by the time.
Oh shit! Hold on. I'm sorry. Gabby says Ralph needs to do an episode on Fuzz Bucket. Do you remember Fuzz Bucket, Ralph?
I don't.
Oh fuck! All right, continue.
Is that a burn on something? Like it was...
No, Fuzz Bucket was a Disney Channel original movie about a little weird puppet thing. It's real bad. Bad news. Continue. I'm sorry. Season 2 finale.
Well, by the time we had gotten to this point, we were going to friend's house and watching it all together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of what Owen and I were talking about too.
And as soon as this is the thing I remember about the finale the most, as soon as we see the two dudes at the very end of the episode.
Oh yeah, in the snow, yeah.
Yeah, and they call Penny. As soon as it cut and said Lost, my friend kicked the coffee table, said, "I'm done," walked out of the house and slammed the door.
I'm done? That's where he was done?
And you never spoke to him again?
It was a lady.
Dude, that's where they were done?
Yeah.
But why?
I can see that. We were talking about it. Is it getting too complicated?
At the time, it's like everyone wants to know what's going on, and then now you gotta wait 6 months to know the next thing.
Yeah, this started all that, and it eased people in. The first season was just like, is there a monster? What's going on? And then second season was like, well, there's this hatch, and the hatch has a button, and the button's got the thing, but then and it starts really, that's when it really starts accelerating, and then this, and then this, and then this, and so to get to the end of that season and be like, oh, and now it's all about Desmond and Penny, who we've never even seen before, and it's like, okay, is this a bridge too far? Like, I don't even know what the fuck's happening.
They dumped a box of puzzles into the other box of puzzles, and shook it up, and now it's like
it kind of is.
And it's a puzzle of a bunch of candy canes stacked up on each other.
Mm-hmm. Not a bad reference there.
Yeah.
What I mean, that's so strange to me that people check out there. I mean, I feel like it gets so much more rich at that point, and you're so like, you start to get invested in like, oh, here comes a new kind of badass female character being introduced in this show too. So it's kind of a weird place to kind of abandon ship, I feel like.
I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but it was definitely, I think, season 3, I started to think, like, are they really going to get to all of this?
Will Reagan says, this is way too long.
Yeah. Will.
Can I talk about season 3?
No shit.
I mentioned this to you.
Well, well, in what capacity?
Ralph,
can you talk about it in a...
It's going to be more of a pep talk.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, please tiptoe around those tulips, will you?
No. I'm not gonna spoil anything.
It burnt up in my hand.
Brett, I think you need to listen to this.
I'm listening, and I'm doing.
I think this is more for Owen.
Thanks, Ralph. I need it.
Because so at the time season 3 started, ABC put out 6 episodes of Lost.
Right.
And then went on a massive break.
6 of season 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the writer's strike, right?
No, possibly. No,
I thought the writer's strike was. That's why season 4 is short.
Was it season 4?
Yeah.
Well, here's kind of the deal though. They did 6 episodes, and they were kind of, how when you get back into the season, you kind of chug along to get everything, all your ducks in a row to get into the next big thing. Anyway, so they did 6 episodes, and then they did something like a 3 or 4 month break. And then when it came back, they would show an episode, 2 episodes on consecutive weeks, then take another week break, and then you would get an episode a couple weeks later. It was a mess.
Mm-hmm. I didn't remember that.
But the show, I think, especially for Owen, I think the start of season 3 might feel like just walking through quicksand. But it was around this point where ABC and the producers of Lost came to an agreement. So halfway through the season, they said, okay, here's the deal. You guys are going to get 3 more seasons after this. They're going to be 17 episodes each. Mm-hmm. And you'll be done at season 6. So I feel like at the halfway point of season 3, or not even the halfway, like by the time you get to episode 10, they're on track.
Oh, okay. So their back and forth was over.
Yeah, so I think once you get through those first 9 episodes,
that sounds right to me because I do remember
you're gonna start chugging forward. You're gonna know there's a definite switch. There's an
LNG
episode,
says it was a bad time for good shows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, this was game changing. All that stuff.
Well, if I were to ask Owen and Steve, what's the worst Jack-centric episode?
Oh no, I know. I mean, it instantly already came to mind. Yeah,
you instantly. Know which one I'm talking about.
Yes, I certainly do.
I don't.
But the worst Jack episode is still not as bad as Expose.
Too much spoiler.
That's
no, it's not.
Getting deep.
No, it's not. It's just a word.
But the thing is, the word. Okay, so let's just. I'm gonna.
But eventually, I'll see Expose and be like,
that worst Jack episode.
Maybe.
That worst Jack episode is followed by my favorite Hurley episode.
Oh. I don't know what that could be.
Shambhala?
Oh, yeah!
So,
I forgot!
That's not the name of the episode.
No, but I know what you're talking about, and I forgot! And I love it! Yes!
And then from that point on, like, the whole series, I think, is amazing. So
wow, you just unlocked a corner of my brain that has not been accessed since quite literally the time I saw it.
So
that's crazy.
I think with Owen kind of being the one teetering most as far as tapping out early.
Steve gave up like twice recently.
What do you mean?
On the podcast.
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave up on this fucking live stream, that's for sure. Lucas Ryder says in season 4, Dan from Dan's Thoughts becomes a series regular.
Wouldn't be surprised. No, thank you, Ralph. That helps. That gives me.
You're gonna, yeah.
I can soldier on.
The next, however long it takes to do 9 episodes of.
We don't even know.
So 4 and a half.
We're gonna take a quick 6-week break after this one.
Really quick, let's just read.
It's gonna take people that long to listen to this 3 hours.
Let's read like 1 more or 2 more emails, and then we'll get the fuck out of here. Ryan Bernal sends an email with the tag or with the subject line "Lost Season 2 Finale question." He says, "Hello guys, my name is Ryan and I'm stoked that we've made it to the end of season 2. I remember watching the show with my dad and brother as it aired. Each time a commercial came on, we would look at each other in amazement at what just occurred. But we would try to guess what would happen next. Oh, and we'd try to guess what would happen next. No other show had ever captivated me like that before until Breaking Bad came along. I'm glad you've rekindled the passion I have for the show. Here's the question. So are we to believe that Penny, with her vast amount of money, decided to place this one station to look for electromagnetic anomalies in hopes that it could lead to finding Desmond? Follow-up question. Didn't one of the guys in Penny's station look a lot like Jack?
That didn't stick out to me.
That didn't stick out to me at all.
That's tough because all the
JJ... that's what we're supposed to believe,
all the J.J. Abrams boys have the...
Yeah. That was something...
Stubble. Oh, go ahead, Ralph.
That was something that people thought back when it aired.
Oh, that it looked like... That it was Jack?
Yeah, they thought it looked like Jack.
Weird. Someone in the comments here says, is it Joe Rogan?
It's not Joe Rogan.
It's not Joe Rogan.
I don't think that's the only thing she's put out there, but I think all that stuff is so freshly introduced that there's no, like, who knows what she's been up to or what she knows. That's all. That's new. And exciting.
Here's an email from Olivia Scanna, and she says, name pronunciation. Hello again. I've noticed when Steve reads my emails, he pronounces my last name wrong. On the season 2 finale live show, he also pronounced my name wrong again when I said Owen looked like he just got out of a coffin. 3 strikes and you're out, bucko. I've attached a clip to this email on how to pronounce my full name. Thanks, motherfuckers. Olivia Skenna. And now here are some more quick thoughts. And that was it. Oh, sent from my 32 iPhones. This is what it says on the bottom of the email. Here's her name pronunciation. Here we go. Let me pull this up. Sorry, Ralph, you won't be able to hear this.
Adewale Akinoye Agbaji. Adewale Akinoye Agbaji.
All right.
I don't think that's correct.
It was just Adewale Akinoye Agbaji.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
But that was going to be my guess.
All right. Well, guys, Ralph, thank you for joining us. I'm sorry it was such a quick jaunt.
No, it's fine.
Do you have any other closing thoughts about season 2? I mean, what about the statue? What were your thoughts on the statue the first time you saw it?
It was one of those things where it's like, I'm not gonna think too much about that one thing.
Yeah, that was my exact thought. Because I was like, and then that's something else that I can't be concerned with right now.
Do you think they made Bernard a dentist to explain why Ana Lucia's teeth got fixed between season 1 and 2?
Wait, I don't get the Ana Lucia's teeth thing.
If look at
did her teeth really change between seasons?
Oh, yeah, she looks like Matt Dillon from Something About Mary in season 2.
What, you couldn't hear it?
I was taking my headphones out and I was like, I can't hear anymore.
Oh yeah, that's what happens if you do that. I didn't know that, Ralph. I didn't know. I guess I'll go back and take a look at it.
Yeah. And then if anyone wants to listen to old episodes of Dharmalars, I'm trying to re-upload them.
Oh, cool.
So I think I'm going to try to keep pace with you guys. I'm a little bit ahead of you guys.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. Please, I'd love to jump in, and I really want to jump in on that Kaiju show, too. What's the podcast called again?
It's called the Kaiju Podcast.
The Kaiju Podcast. That's close.
Yeah, you just go to...
Close.
No one took that name, so I figured I'd take it. But if you go to Kaiju Pod on the internet, you'll find us.
Cool.
Well, guys, thank you, and thank you, Ralph, so much for being on the show. I really appreciate you being here, and let's talk soon. Do you want to meet Creech with me tomorrow?
Sure.
Or let's go see Bye Bye Man. I'm trying to get a group
I need to get to that Jerry video store.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got an invite to that, and I've not gone to that, but I want to see Bye Bye Man. I'll let you know where we're going to see it. Maybe you could join us. Does that sound good?
All right.
All right, Ralph. Well, I'll hit you up, my friend. Thanks again for being on the show, and thank you for sharing that fucking terrible picture of me and you. And I appreciate you and all the things that you do.
All right. See you, Creech.
All right, buddy. See ya. All right. Well, guys, that's it. We did it.
It's cool, Chris. 3 hours.
Guys, this is it. Fuck, we got through it. It's a real long one. I'm real sorry. And for you podcast listeners, I'm very sorry about... I'm sorry about a lot of stuff.
Everything.
Guys, if any of you can guess what this music is from, I will give you a prize. No one's going to guess it, though. Oh, wait, someone said it. Will Reagan said, I love this song. It's from that drug sketch, right? Nice work, Will. Will, tweet at me, and Lucas Ryder said when Steve started that song, it scared the shit out of me. Lucas, tweet at me and I'll send you something. All right. Owen's theme song. Guys, thanks for listening. I really appreciate you guys. We did it. We got through season 2. We thank you for sticking with us. We're fucking going into season 3, baby. Next week, next Monday, you guys will hear the episode of season 3.
See you next time.
Guys, see you next time. Oh, if you want to send us some emails, please do so using thefirstimeshow@gmail.com. Or if you want to tweet at us, please do so at First Time Show on Twitter. So, guys, thanks a lot for listening and watching and all that good stuff. And I really appreciate each and every one of you for sticking around through all of the problems that we had on the episode. So, guys,
thank you, Brett.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Owen. And guys, I want to thank you all so much for just being there for us all. And I really want to appreciate you guys very much. Thank you. so very much.